Shalom.
Shalom.
Honor, praise, and glory to the Most High Power, Higher Shua, Higher Bashem, Yeshai, Wakodash, Wak, Ishak Shema, the holy seat of Jeshurun, set apart, offspring of the Most High, chosen, seeking to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and the faith in the King Yeshai, and walk on all the fruits of the Wakodash power, right? Blessed to come before y'all on the first day of the week, going to some more end time prophecy, going to some revelation, going to some encouragement, going into just some revealings of what things is about to happen in these last days and how we can tune into the spirit for strength, tune in and read the scriptures to have some knowledge of what we ought to do in these last days, right? To greet our brethren with Shemai and get started.
And we're going to go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 4. Shema Yasha'Allah, Ahaya, Alahaya Nawa, Ahaya Akah.
Shema Yasha'Allah, Ahaya, Alahaya Nawa, Ahaya Akah.
Which reads, Hear, O Israel, the Most High, our power is one power.
Hear, O Israel, Ahaya, our power is one power, right? So we're going to get started today on right now lesson. And I pray you got the ears to hear and the mind to understand. We got to speak on these things and they have to be understood. And I'm going to pray, that you're ready to endure, ready to fight this good fight unto the end, because that's exactly what we in, Yashala, right? We start in Matthew.
We're starting in Matthew chapter 19, verse 16.
Right.
And it reads, And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?
Nobody want to die, right? Everybody want to live forever. This man asking the Messiah. Come on.
And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is Ahaya.
That's the Most High. Come on.
But if thou wilt enter into life,
if you want eternal life,
keep the commandments.
Keep the commandments. It's the first thing Mashiach is telling you, right? You got to be able to follow that holy heritage and keep them commandments, because that is your key to getting eternal life, right? Now, there's other things as well, but that's chief, right? So we're going to go to a little more. Let's go to Acts 14:22.
Book of Acts, chapter 14, verse 22.
Right.
Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith.
So we want to encourage y'all to continue in the faith, because it's about to get rough out here, right? This is what every brother should be doing for his fellow brother, encouraging him to continue in the faith, right? Come on.
And that we must, through much tribulation,
through much drama, through much problems, through much issues, through much not knowing what's going to happen from one day to the next. This is tribulation, right? Come on.
Enter into the kingdom of Ahaya.
It's not going to be a cakewalk. It's not going to be hard. All of you in the Christian church, they didn't tell you the truth. You're not getting raptured out of the 7-year tribulation. You're going to have to live through it. You're going to have to make it through that tribulation if you're going to make it to the kingdom of the Most High, right? And we're going to go into some of that right now. Let's go to Jeremiah 30.
It's in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 1. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Most High saying.
So this is the word from the Most High through his son Yeshai to Jeremiah. Come on.
Saying, Thus speaketh the Most High power of Israel, saying, Write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book.
Make a record.
For lo, the days come, saith the Most High, that I will bring again the captivity of my people, Israel and Judah, saith the Most High, and I will cause them to return to the land that I have gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it.
So this is the prophecy of old, from the prophet, saying, these people that are my people that I scattered them, I'm going to bring them back one day, right? Come on.
And these are the words that the Most High spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah.
Right.
For thus saith the Most High, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace.
So we're going to hear about some things going on that's going to bring trembling, fear, and take away the peace out of the land, right? Come on.
Ask ye now and see whether a man doeth travail with child.
Does a man travail with child? Man don't have babies. No. But it's a metaphor to show you that when a woman travail with child, she's in much pains and labor. But a man's going to be having that same type of pain. All right, come on.
Wherefore doeth I see every man with his hands on his loins,
his hands on his stomach,
as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness.
They're in shock. They're surprised. They're in despair. Like, I don't understand what's going on. This is going to be a lot of you, unfortunately, in the Christian church. But you're not going to know what's going on. You've been told you're not going to have to go through nothing. Just believe and you're all good. Don't keep no laws. Don't do nothing, but just believe. And that's it. You're going to be one of these people with a pale face, unless you repent. Right? Come on.
Alas, for that day is great.
For the day is great.
So that none is like it.
Think about that. All the worst trauma and violence you ever seen, there you haven't seen nothing yet compared to this day. Right? Come on.
It is even the time of Jacob's trouble.
It's the time of Jacob's trouble. It's our trouble because it's going to be known what's really going on in the whole earth and how Jacob is in the crosshairs of the destruction that's coming. We're the main target, right? There's going to be plenty collateral damage, but it's all about Jacob. He's going to be the one in trouble during his days. Come on.
But he shall be saved out of it.
But he shall be saved out of it, right? So there is a hope of salvation for Jacob through all of the stuff that's going to happen, right? Come on.
For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Most High of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck,
right,
and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him.
So all the nations that are ruling over us, that we've been scattered amongst, he's going to break the yoke off their neck, or wherever nation you at, he's going to break their yoke off our neck, and they're not going to be ruling over us, spoiling us, doing us however they want anymore. This is prophecy, right? Come on.
But they shall serve the Most High their power.
We're going to serve the Most High our power.
And David their king, whom I will raise up unto them.
And that's Yeshua that's come sit on the throne of David. That was promised to him throughout the generations from the tribe of Judah, right? So understand what Isaiah 13. Understand, this is the template to what's already going to happen. All we have to do is play our part, be obedient, and we get to partake in this victory. We're already going to win, but you got to do your part, right? Come on.
This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 6. Howl ye, for the day of the Most High is at hand.
The day of the Most High is closely approaching, y'all. Come on.
It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
It's going to come as this destruction from the Almighty. It's not going to be peaceful. It ain't going to be double Dutch. It ain't going to be flowers. It ain't going to be candy cane. It's going to be destruction. Okay? Contrary to whatever you were told, this is what the Bible says is going to happen. All right? Come on.
Therefore shall all hands be faint.
So all hands are going to be faint. I mean, they're not going to be able to ready to war or be sufficient for themselves in this time. Come on.
And every man's heart shall melt.
Every man's heart, they're going to be like, dang, what are we going to do? They're going to be sick, right? Come on.
And they shall be afraid. Pains and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth.
Right.
They shall be amazed one at another.
They shall be amazed one at another. Come on.
Their faces shall be as flames.
So you're gonna have shock. You're gonna have anger. You're gonna have frustration. You're gonna have sorrow. All of that, all the emotions are just gonna be bubbling in you because you didn't know. You thought you were preparing. You prepared for the wrong thing. Okay, and all the thoughts, everything that you planned for, are just gonna come to nothing. You're gonna just be overwhelmed. This is how a lot of people are gonna be dealing, right? Come on.
Says in verse 9, behold, the day of the Most High cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger.
So it said in Said in the other, Jeremiah said that the day of the Most High is destruction. Right? Now we're reading that it's cruel, it's wrath, and fierce anger. Okay, this is very clear. Right? Come on.
To lay the land desolate.
To lay the land desolate, to destroy it.
And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
So the people and the land are going to be destroyed. Those that are sinners, those that are transgressors, right? Are you a transgressor? Are you a sinner? Do you know that sin is transgression of the law? Right? 1 John 3 and 4. So if you're not following the laws, statutes, and commandments, then you're a sinner. Yeah, your faith has no works with it. It means you just believe in Mashiach, but you have no works. You can be sinning every day. If you don't know what the law is, then you're going to be sinning every day. All right. Prophecy says that destruction is coming for you. Right? Come on.
For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light.
Right.
The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. So there's not going to be no competition of a light in the heavens when Yeshua comes. It's going to be pitch black, so everybody going to know what they seeing when the Mashiach comes. Right? Ain't gonna be, oh, that's a shooting star, or that's a dumb comet. They're going to know exactly what it is when he comes. Come on. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease.
Read that part again.
And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease.
Man, it's so many people arrogant right now. Think they know, those that are in the Christian church, they think they know enough. They don't want to hear a thing. They don't want to hear a thing nobody say. Like they got it, they good, they don't care, it don't matter, so arrogant. You can open a Bible and show them, they don't want to see nothing, right? The Most High says he's going to make all that arrogance, that proud spirit, it's going to cease, right? Because everything you thought you knew, everything that you were having your faith in is not going to come to pass that way. And you ain't going to be arrogant no more, you're going to be humble then. You're going to listen in, right? Come on.
And we'll lay low the haughtiness of the terrible.
You're going to lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Those that are wicked or haughty, man, I don't need the Bible. You know, they got their own stuff going on, right? Most I say, I'm going to lay all that low, man. I'm going to humble you down good. And you're going to know that prophet's been speaking to you the truth, that you were scoffing against truthful men of the Most High. That was giving warning, right? Let's go to Daniel. Daniel 7. That's your name, right?
This is in the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 19.
Right.
Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast.
So this is a revelation you get it from a dream. Said the truth of the fourth beast,
which was diverse from all the others.
Because there's 4 beasts altogether. So this fourth one is different than the other 3. Come on.
Exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron, and his nails of brass.
Hold on, Salakia. Let's start at 17, so they can get a little more context on the beasts.
Okay, this is still in the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 17. These great beasts, which are 4, are 4 kings, which shall arise out of the earth.
Understand, a king has a kingdom. All right. So these are 4 kingdoms or empires that will rise throughout the earth. And they all have the same goal: to oppress, to destroy, to enslave the children of Israel. All right. You're going to know that as we go on, right? Keep going.
But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
So you see it again. This is going to be some drama, but in the end, Jacob's going to win. We're going to win. All right. But we got to go through some stuff. So this is talking about the 4th beast. Now, come on back to 19.
Then I would know the truth of the 4th beast, which was diverse from all the others, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron.
Iron is a metal, according to the book, that shows that it's everlasting, it's enduring, it's strong, right? Not everlasting just means it's strong, right? When you reference all the metaphors of being strong in the Bible, you got iron, you got brass, you got clay. Iron is the strongest one. So we're saying this king, this empire is going to be strong. The teeth are going to be strong, right? Come on.
And his nails of brass, which devour, break in pieces, and stamp the residue with his feet.
What is he stamping? right? Come on.
And of the 10 horns that were in his head.
So the beast has 10 horns in his head. Come on.
And of the other which came up.
And there's another horn in addition to the 10 that came up. Come on.
And before whom 3 fell.
And 3 of the 10 horns had to fall for this next one, the 11th one, to come up. Come on.
Even of that horn that had eyes.
And that horn had eyes.
And a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows.
It's more strong, more firm, right? More terrible looking, right? Come on.
I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints.
So that horn made war with the saints, with Israel. Come on.
And prevailed against them.
And he was winning. Come on.
Until the Ancient of Days came.
Until the Most High came, right?
And judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom.
So this is showing you, up until we possess the kingdom, we're going to be warned and fighting a war where this fourth beast is going to be winning. He's going to be killing. He's going to be conquering. He's going to be destroying the children of Israel until Mashiach, until the Most High send that word to Mashiach. Okay, go, right? And then that's when we're going to get the kingdom and we're going to possess it, right? This is what we're going to this for, to show you. Up until then, oh, it's going to be trauma, right? Come on.
Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth.
All right.
Which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces.
Right, come on.
And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise.
So the beast has 10 horns, and that is a metaphor for 10 kings. So mind you, each king has a kingdom, right? AKA a nation, right? So it's going to be 10 nations that are coming out of the head of this beast, right? Come on.
And others shall rise after them.
And that's what we just talked about. The 11th one is going to rise up out of those 10.
And he shall be diverse from the first.
He's going to be different than the first.
And he shall subdue 3 kings.
And he's going to subdue them 3 kings that we just talked about, right? Come on.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
He's going to blaspheme the Most High. This king is going to be contrary to the Most High. He's going to, the laws of the Most High. He's not going to care nothing about him, right? Come on.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
He's going to wear us out. Come on.
And think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times in the dividing of time.
Man, a whole lot going on there, right? So let's just make it clear. This beast is Satan, right? It's not speaking on the 7 heads right now, but the beast has 7 heads in which these 10 horns are allocated on, right? The 7 heads is Rome. The 10 horns are 10 of your first nations that joined the EU, save Italy, right? And the little horn that comes up from the 3 is Babylon, aka America. All right. Let's get the 10 horns right quick. The 10 horns are Luxembourg, Belgium, Netherlands, Germany, Switzerland, Sweden, and Denmark. And the last 3, which are Spain, France, and Great Britain, are the 3 that America came up out of, because Spain, Great Britain, and France used to own Central and North America and the islands all up there and even up to Canada, right? Through all the wars, Great American War, the British American War, Civil War, the Louisiana Purchase, and all the extending of the boundaries after, the 13 colonies was established. The little horn, the United States, aka Babylon, came up and subdued those 3 kings. Those 3 kings was France, Britain, and Spain, right? And right now, they're the ones wearing out the saints. Okay, do what? In what way are they not wearing them out? I'm not telling them who they are, so-called blacks and Hispanics, right? Tell them they're the real Israelites of the Bible. The Native Americans, not telling them they're the real Israelites of the Bible, not showing them that that the real people, the people in the land are not the real Jews, right? Killing them, raping them for their talents. They're Most High giving talents, right? Putting them in fight against each other. I just lying to them on a daily. This is they wearing us out. Huh? And all we know is we so special for people, but we don't know why we going through what we going through, what happened. Because they didn't change our history. Said seek to change times. What's that? History. Change our history. And then don't tell us who we are, what we're about. We just popped up on some slave ships. That's where our history starts, right? So this is what's going on with this last little horn that's wearing out the saints, man. The other horns, they weren't doing these things, man. But this is what this last one is doing. It's wearing out the saints. And they all over the earth conquering, right? Over 900 military bases. They're all over the earth, right? So just to bring some understanding, this fourth beast, right, is Satan. And the 7 heads on it tells you which empire is dealing with it. It's dealing with the Roman Empire, right? All right, so let's keep going. In verse, that's in 25. Mm-hmm. It says that it also, just read the last line where it says, and they shall be given into his hand.
And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time.
Okay, so that is a metaphor for 3.5 years. Time, 1 year, times 2 years, and dividing the time, a half a year, 3.5 years. They're going to have the dominion and the power over the saints until they get to this point. This is the beginning of the last 7 years, where they're going to have the first 3.5 years. They're not going to have the power of dominion over them. And we're going to read you what they're doing right now. Let's go to Revelation 11. And we're going to read up until that, read about that time, times, and dividing the times, right? Revelation 11 and 3.
It's in the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 3. And I give power unto my 2 witnesses.
So the 2 witnesses is the northern kingdom of Ephraim, Israel, and the southern kingdom of Judea. He said he's going to give power to them too, right?
And they shall prophesy.
And they're going to prophesy this word of truth.
1,260 days, cloth and sackcloth.
So if you do the math, that's 1,260 days, equates to 3.5 years. All right. So for this 3.5 years, the saints are going to be not dead. The Most High is going to allow them the space to prophesy for 3.5 years, to where the little horn on the 4 beasts is not going to be able to destroy them. Not going to be able to stop the days of their prophecy. They're going to prophesy this truth for 3.5 years, right? Come on.
Says, these are the 2 olive trees and the 2 candlesticks,
right,
standing before the Most High of the earth.
Right.
And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth,
right,
and devour their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed.
So understand, they tell you in Ezekiel, man, that the word of the Most High is like fire, right? It's judgment, man. It pierced, man. It's sharper than any double-edged sword, right? So they're prophesying, they're speaking the words of the Most High, right? That's what it says in fire, man. And that death, where they're getting killed, is the second death. Because if they don't take heed to the words that are being prophesied to them, and they die in sin, they have a second death that's coming, which is eternal condemnation and fire and brimstone, right? So this manner that they're killing them by speaking a word of truth that is like unto fire, right? In fact, let's read one in precepts. It's cool. We can read one of them. Get Ezekiel 37:16 right quick. Give it to them so they know that that's what the scripture says. 36. You see, 36. Jeremiah. It's like Jeremiah 23 and 29.
This is in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 29. Is not my word like as a fire, saith the Most High.
Right, so the word of the Most High is like fire. Come on.
And like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces.
Right, so this is what the prophets are doing. They're prophesying, and the word is like fire. right? As a judgment, not as a physical fire, as a judgment for what they could be marked of being told the truth. And if they didn't listen, then they're going to suffer that second death, right? The spirit, right? Come on.
And this is verse 6 of Revelation chapter 11.
Right.
These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy.
This is the latter rain, the blessing that the Most High said that he would give upon his people. He said they have power to shut that, because when they prophesy, all these things they're saying is in reference to if people listening to the prophecy or not. Right? Come on, let's read another one.
And have power over water to turn them to blood.
So water is living water. That's in reference to life, right? So those that have life, you're going to be turned into blood. If what? If you don't listen to the words of his prophecy, come on.
And to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will.
How is this? Because it tell you in the law, if you choose evil and death, then the plagues that were of Egypt and the ones that were not of Egypt will be coming upon you, right? And even in addition, the word says that they will prophesy that with no rain will come on certain lands, right? So these prophecies are the words of judgment that the Most High is allowing the northern kingdom of Israel and the southern kingdom of Judea to prophesy for 3.5 years, right? To bring it out to understanding. So can nobody say, man, I didn't hear the truth. I don't know. That's not fair, right? This is what's being spoken of how they're talking, what it's doing to the people that are hearing it, right? Come on.
And their dead and when this is verse 7, and when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascendeth out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them and shall overcome them and kill them. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
So the beast is going to win, right? He's going to be winning. I told you. He's going to be winning up until the time the Ancient of Days step in and send him out shot, right? We're reading here that when they finish the testimony after 3.5 years, that beast is going to come up out of the bottomless pit and is going to make war against them, and he's going to start overcoming them and killing them. And their dead bodies are going to lie in the street. How long?
Of the great city.
Of that great city, that's Babylon, aka America.
Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Because homosexuality there is rampant there and it's frowned upon. if you speak on somebody that's with that fruity stuff, you frowned upon that, right? If you tripping on some transgender stuff going on with the bathrooms and all that, they just caught the dude, was in the dumb school, dressed like a girl in the girl's bathroom, raped a little girl. This just happened. Because dudes want to play around with this demonic type of spirit, man, and make it all one gender. You know what I'm saying? It's spiritually called Sodom and Egypt because our people over there in bondage, in slavery. And they are, and we're actually living lives as slaves there, just overcharging you, outrageous to live day-to-day lives, right? So this place is called Sodom and Egypt. And what happened to both them two nations? Sodom and Gomorrah and the 3 cities therein, they were all destroyed with fire and brimstone from heaven. Egypt, their whole people, all of them was drowned in the Red Sea. So in a nutshell, they were destroyed, right? And this is what the scriptures is spiritually calling United States, aka Babylon. What you think gonna happen over there? Nothing? Come on.
Where also our master was crucified.
So anywhere we are, we're being crucified as well. I mean, anywhere we are, Hamashiach is being crucified as well. That's why when Hamashiach hit Paul with the light on the road to Damascus, he said, Saul, why thou persecuted me, right? He was already in the heavens resurrected. But he said, you persecuted me because you persecuted my people, right? So when it says right here that where our master was crucified, it's talking about us because we getting persecuted, right? We're the ones getting destroyed in Babylon, right? Come on.
And it says, verse 9, and they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half.
That's a metaphor for the last 3.5 years of the 7 years. First 3.5, they're going to prophesy. Last 3.5 years, they're going to be dead or going to be getting put to death, right? That's what's about to start happening right now. Y'all going to see. Y'all gonna see. Come on.
And shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
Not gonna be no formal burial, right? It's gonna be they might burn your bodies up. Might just throw them in them black containers they got and just go stack them up somewhere. It says they're not gonna suffer you to get put in the grave. I mean, you're not going to have a formal burial. There's about to be so many people dying soon. They're not going to care about the sanity, or let me see, they're not going to care about the courtesy of giving somebody a burial no more. So many people about to start dying, y'all. They're going to see. Right, come on.
And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them.
So there's gonna be a lot of people rejoicing because these people that were checking them with the Bible and showing them you should have been studying and show yourself approved, they're gonna be dying. A lot of them gonna be getting put to death. I'm gonna get their heads chopped off. Right? Come on.
And make merry and shall send gifts one to another.
They'll have a party. Come on.
Because these two prophets tormenting them that dwell on the earth.
Man, people don't want to hear right now, man. Hey, man, you guys stepped on the Most High's chosen people's neck, right? You enslaved them, you killed them, right? But they want us to forget. Oh, man, 9/11, I'll never forget, right? Combine, I'll never forget. But this stuff that was done to us to a gruesome, horrific level that they don't even want to talk about it, and then change times and change history, this never happened. Man, that's hurting their feelings. It's making them walk around in guilt. They can enjoy their kingdom right now. They walk around every time they see us. We're going to let you know, right? Every time you see the brothers on the highways and byways. And they don't want to see that, man. They don't want to see the Most High chosen waking up, right? Come on.
And after 3 days and a half,
after 3.5 years,
the spirit of life from Ahia entered into them,
right?
And they stood up on their feet.
The Most High raised them up, right? Come on.
And great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Oh, that's gonna be a real fearful day for all those that see these dead people that you done did wrong, raise up and have life in them. Oh, it's gonna be an issue. It's gonna be an issue that day, right? Come on.
And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them,
"It's a mighty angel, come on,
come up hither.
Come up here."
And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
All right, so as you can see, this is a story that's taught all over Christian churches. But as we just read it to you, you got to go through a tribulation first before you get caught up to meet a Mashiach in the air, right? They didn't tell you this part where you're going to have to endure these 7 years, first 3.5 and the last 3.5. They told you was going to get raptured out, right? And you won't have to deal with none of this. But as you see it, you're going to have to go through that, right? Come on.
In the same hour was there a great earthquake.
Now understand, these prophecies they're not completely chronologized as in it's this, right? When it says the same hour, this is talking about any time within this hour, right? Now through the study, it's the first part of the hour, which is within the last 3.5 years of the 7 years. So it's going to tell you, according to prophecy, you're going to know this. Come on.
And the 10th part of the city fell.
10th part. So it says, in the same hour, there was a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. Come on.
And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. And the remnant were affrighted.
And said, "Well, still people left over." So the remnant were fighting.
And gave glory to the power of heaven.
So this is something that's going to happen in Babylon that's going to provoke some people to turn to the Most High. Say, man, this place is falling, it's falling. Man, there's so much about to hit Babylon, y'all. So much about to hit the United States, man. It's going to be lawless. And I know you just can't seem to see it right now. Like we talking about, we driving to and fro on the streets. You know, I got my job. You know, sports is going on. All right, big distraction. The biggest distraction. This is the things that are going to happen. That's going to tear people. Say, man, we got to turn to the Most High. We got to be scared, man. Right? Let's go to chapter 20, right?
It's Revelation 20, verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit.
That's right.
And a great chain in his hand.
Okay, let's make it clear, man. The bottomless pit is Sheol, man. Okay, there's doctrines out that call that something else. This is Sheol, right? Which is hell, which is in the center of the earth. It's a prison for angels, man. All right. It's a prison for angels and all the wicked souls that perish, right? So go ahead and bring that out.
And he laid hold on the dragon.
So this angel gonna snatch the dragon up, which is the serpent, which is the devil, right?
That old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years.
You're gonna tie him up with a chain, man, and lock him down for 4,000 years, right? This is after the 7-year reign. This is what's gonna happen. Come on.
And cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more.
And he ain't going to be able to have free reign to run around no more, because the Most High told you in Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. But that's only for a certain time. So now he's going to lock him down. He can't do that for 1,000 years. Come on.
Till the 1,000 years shall be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season.
So after 1,000 years, he's going to get loosed again for a little season one more time. Right? Come on.
And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them.
So this is the thrones that judgment was given to them. Who? These are the Israelites. Okay, namely the apostles, right? Namely the 12 patriarchs. We're going to read about it. Judgment was given to them according to the law. Come on.
And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yeshua.
So understand, there are some people that are going to get their head chopped off for this truth, right? I can't tell you I know which one you are, who you are, but the scripture says it's going to be some people that get their head chopped off for the word of truth. We was reading to y'all just early when they said a lot of those people who's going to die in the last 3.5 years, a lot of them is going to be ones that got their head chopped off, right? It's what the scriptures say for what? For the true gospel, not this fake Christianity stuff, fake Catholicism or any other religion, man. This is about the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High and the Son of Mashiach Yeshua, and walking in the fruits of the Ruach Kodash power, which is the spirit of the Most High, right? This is what it's about. Come on.
And for the word of Ahia.
For the words, man, the truth, the laws, right? Come on.
And which had not worshipped the beast.
And they say, man, we're not going to worship no beast, man. We're not going to worship the image. Come on.
Neither his image,
right?
Neither have received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to resist something to be able to get to this 1,000-year reign. You see this? You see this, right? You want to, and mind you, we read the prophecy first that Hamashiach is gonna gather. He's gonna gather the nations from the four corners of the earth, right? We read that. So there's going to be people reigning with a Mashiach. He's not going to be reigning by himself. So some people are going to be making it through this. You understand? And as you can see, you're going to have to resist, right? That mark, right? Understand that mark is the medicine, right? Know that right now, right? Come on.
But the rest of the dead lived not again until the 1,000 years were finished.
So if you don't die from being beheaded, but you died any other death, throughout all this time, man, you're going to sleep for that 1,000 years. Come on.
This is the first resurrection.
This is the first resurrection, meaning the ones that woke up, they are part of the first resurrection. The other ones, they're still asleep. Come on.
Blessed and holy is he that hath part in the first resurrection.
So it said you're blessed and you're holy. You're set apart if you're able to partake in that first resurrection, meaning if you're alive and remain when Mashiach gets back because you endured all this, or if you got your head chopped off, then you're going to rise first, right? And then those that are alive remain going to be caught up to meet a Mashiach in the air, right? So you're blessed to be a partaker in the first resurrection. Come on.
On such, the second death hath no power.
Meaning the second death, that judgment, it ain't even going to have nothing to do with you, because you would have got put to death if you were sitting when a Mashiach come. You would have got raised up with him when he came if you was doing wrong. So if you're found doing righteous when he came, then the second death ain't got no power over you. That's what the scripture is saying. Come on.
But they shall be priests of Ahia and of Hamashiach, and shall reign with him 1,000 years.
The ones that endure and the ones that get their head chopped off for the true gospel, they're going to reign with the Hamashiach Yeshua for 1,000 years. Let's see. Okay, let's start right there, right? So let's go to what? Revelation 19 and 20.
This is Revelation chapter 19, verse 20.
And let me say this, right? We go on here because one of the things that we got to endure is not taking the medicine, because as you can see, this is being decreed all over the earth, and your freedoms, your liberties are being snatched away from you, right? Doesn't matter why, how come, because this is what it is, right? And it lines up with scripture as the mark of the beast, right? So come on.
And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him.
So the beast, the devil, right? And the false prophet, this is the Pope. Know this for sure. Come on.
that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast.
Read that part again.
With which he deceived them.
Somebody's going to get tricked into what?
That had received the mark of the beast.
Now, I know they told you that in the church. Oh, the Most High won't do that to us. He going to make sure we know that it's the mark of the beast, so we can have a fair chance to resist it or not. According to the scripture, okay, your pastor lied to you. It said it's going to be people that are tricked into taking this medicine, man. You're going to be tricked. I hope you're not one of those people, okay? Because as the scripture says, everybody not going to know what the mark of the beast is. It says some of them are going to be deceived, and they're going to get tricked. And what's going to happen to them?
And them that worship his image, these both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone.
That's Bible, man. All right, that's Bible. All right, and we speak the truth in here, man. All right, so you got to resist that there, man. If you have, it's not looking good for you at all, according to the Bible, at all. Right? So let's go to Revelation. Where we at? Revelation 18, yes.
This is in the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 1.
Come on.
And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. Now
we're going back, okay, just a little to the prophecy about how Babylon, aka America, is going to be being destroyed. It's going to be being brought down, right? And this is all going on right now, you guys. It's not no 10 years later type thing. This is right now, y'all, right? That people are being deceived right now. They're taking the mark of the beast right now, y'all. All right. So now we're dealing with Babylon, with aka America. Come on.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils.
So many devils and demons and wicked spirits in that country, y'all. Is that place is buck, man. They call good evil and evil good now. That junk is backwards, man. That's what Babylon means, confusion, right? That's why the Bible references the United States as Babylon, because it's a land of confusion, man. All kind of nations. You thinking that's cool? All kind of nations mixed up together. Everybody heritage, everybody deity, everybody food, everybody flavor, everybody's character, everybody's garments is mixed up. You don't know what's what and who's who by what, by culture, right? This is how the Most High divided the nation, man. They got their own deity to worship, right? Their own character, their own flavor, man. But on Babylon, you got everything mixed up, man. Perfect place to put the Most High chosen, man, so they could never figure out who they were. But glory to the Most High, they couldn't control the spirit. They couldn't show that ruach that came down and start tapping us on our shoulder. Hey, man, read that. Read the Old Testament, man. Read the whole Bible, man. Quit just standing within it. Read the whole book, man. And now we know, man, we the Most High chosen, man, the Israelites, man, right? Come on.
In the hold of every foul spirit, in a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Why would you want to stand in a place that got every foul spirit that is so wicked? This is what the Bible's talking about, Babylon. Why would you want to stay there? All right, what's so good about being over there? Come on.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
All nations have got a part of this false doctrine, this false ideology, which at the peak of it is keeping a secret who the Most High chosen people are and destroying them. All nations is complicit in this. They're cool with it. They know we are. Everybody knows who we are, y'all, right? But there's a judgment, and that wrath is going to come on y'all for doing that because you touched the apple of the Most High's eye, his chosen people, Yahshua. Right? Come on.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Right? They slept with her. They didn't left off their only way, the ways of their home, their heritage of their own kingdoms. And now they're fashioning their kingdoms after the westernized democracy. Right? This is what they do. They committed fornication, man, went away from their original ways of the rudiments of their country. And now they're dealing with the heritage of America. Right? This was real. This is what it's talking about. Come on.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich, through the abundance of her delicacies.
Because everyone brings their merchandise there. And we've learned and deceived as a nation that your respect and your clout comes from what you got. Not what you know, what you got, and how much of what you got, right? It's all these nations preying on that, as a prey on us and making stupid, outrageous, wealthy, rich off us because we taking our money trying to get some status, buying this, going there, showing off this, showing that, right? Come on.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying,
there's another voice talking about this land. What it say?
Come out of her, my people, Israel, that ye be not partakers of her sin.
That you not continue to participate in the transgressions of the law in this country, because they make it the easiest at any country in the world to transgress, right? Come on.
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
And I don't want you to receive the plagues and the judgments that's about to come on her. So my people, Israel, you got to come out of there, right? Come out of the United States, right? Because it's about to get judged. It's about to get some plagues, about to get destruction. We was reading all about it. Destruction, plagues, right? Fearfulness. A man travail on the stomach with child. This is what's going to happen in Babylon soon. Man, so soon, right? Come on. In fact, that's it on that. Let's go to Zechariah. Go to Zechariah 2:7. Let's get another precept. For those that haven't heard before, that you're supposed to leave Babylon, that you weren't supposed to stay there and wait for that false Christian doctrine rapture. Okay, you're supposed to leave there. Okay, you're supposed to come out of her. Her is Babylon, man. Right?
Not just spiritually.
Definitely not spiritually, man. You're supposed to physically walk up out of there, man. Just like our forefathers physically walked out of Egypt. Even though the scriptures speak and declare to Exodus 3, when it says, I am the Most High. Man, Exodus 3:2 says, I am the Most High, that power that brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. But when you read the account of it, they walk right on out of there. Right? So you got to know, it's still subscribed to the Most High. He's going to gather us out of all nations, but you got to come out of there, namely Babylon, because he just told you, come out of there. You're going to be partaker of her sins, and you're going to be receiving of her plagues, man. There's a judgment coming to that land. Mind you, the land is called spiritual Sodom and Egypt for a reason, for a very, very destructive and vengeful reason, man. Come on.
This is Zechariah chapter 2, verse 7. Deliver thyself.
Deliver yourself. It's the Bible talking. Come on.
O Zion.
Israel.
That dwellest with the daughter of Babylon.
That live up in the land of Babylon, man. The daughter of Babylon, aka America. That how clear does the Most High have to be? There's plenty of dark speeches and mysteries in the Bible, but that's so crystal. Come out of here, right? That dwelleth in the daughter of Babylon. Come on, let's go to Matthew, right? I'll praise your name. Matthew.
Matthew chapter 7, says, verse 11.
Right.
If ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father, which is in heaven, give good things to them that asked him? So understand, it's giving you a metaphor to show you that the Most High, he wants to be everything a father is to their children, right? He wants to give you what it is that you want, what you seek for. It should just be simple things, right? It shouldn't be more complicated, man. Babylon made life complicated. He said, I want to give you the things that you need. I'm your father, right? I'm your father in heaven. Come on. Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them, for this is the law and the prophets. So it's basically love your neighbor as yourself, right? Most High judgment is likened unto a ring, so it goes around, comes around, man. This is wickedness and righteous acts, right? Come on. Enter ye in at the straight gate. Where? Enter ye in at the straight gate. Right. For wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. Wide is the gate, and broad is the gate that leadeth to destruction. Okay, so if you want to be a part of that day of vengeance, where the Most High is judging and destroying all the sinners in the land, you need to walk just the way everybody else walking. Walk in Christianity, right? Walk in atheism, walk in anything that tells you you ain't got to be accountable to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what you need to do, okay? Because the straight gate, it don't rock like that, man. Okay, the straight gate is different, but the broad gate, everybody's walking in that gate, right?
Then the Mashiach say, you shall be hated by all nations for my name's sake. Everybody in the world is a Christian, just about. Well, they say they are. Who hates a Christian? Honestly, who hates a Christian? Scripture says you're going to be hated for my name's sake. Who hates Christians? Nobody hate no Christians out here, man. But I know some brothers that got fringes and ribbons and blues on their pants. Everybody got something wicked to say about it. Everybody do, because they're hated, because they bring out the words of truth. They bring out the law. They hold you accountable, and you don't like it, and you're proud, and you're arrogant, but the Most High going to shortly make that cease, right? Come on.
It says, and many there be which goeth in threat. Verse 14, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth into life.
So just saying there's many people that are going to take that broad gate, but it's talking about the straight gate that leadeth unto life, right?
And few there be that find it.
It's barely going to be anybody that find it. This is telling you, if you go into a mega church, according to the Bible, you're not at the right spot, because that's the broad gate. That's where everybody at. You going to church on Sunday? Where everybody at? Everybody going to church on Sunday. Yeah, that's wrong. You're going on the wrong day. So you're not following the King and the power of this Bible, not the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. No. He didn't tell you to do that. All right, come on.
Verse 15, beware of false prophets.
Beware of prophets that are lying to you. Come on.
Which come to you in sheep's clothing.
They got that 3-piece suit on, right? They standing behind the pulpit. They looking like a righteous person. Come on.
But inwardly, they are raven and wolves.
What a wolf do, man? In reference to a sheep, man. He creep up and trying to get that sheep. He's trying to kill that sheep, man. Right? Who are we? We the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So you got people of our own nation, man. Really, man, it's not for the perfecting of the saints, man. That's what's supposed to really be happening with leaders in the church. They're supposed to be for the perfecting of the church, for the strengthening of the body, right? They're not edifying you. They're lying to you. They're lying to you, man. That's what the Bible say, man. This is what Yeshua is saying, to beware, okay? He's trying to warn us, man. He warned us, man. True prophet, man, right? Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 7. Man, Yeshua was a true prophet, man. He warned us on everything and gave us an example and walked it out. He just said, and he walked it out. Man.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 17.
Go ahead.
It reads, then answered I and said, O master, that bearest rule, thou hast ordained in thy law that the righteous should inherit these things, but that the ungodly should perish.
So this Ezra's talking to the Most High, saying, according to the law, man, you already told us how it's going to get down, right? Righteous going to get the everlasting life, and the wicked, they're going to get death. Come on.
Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things.
Read that again.
Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things.
What I'm showing you, you're going to go through something, man. You got to suffer straight things, man. If you're going to go in the straight gate, you're going to suffer straight things, man. Because you're not just about to walk on into the kingdom, man. It's what you got to know. Come on.
And hope for wide.
And you're going to hope for wide, meaning you want the blessings. So you're going there through a straight gate, right? It's strict, it's righteous, it's lawful, right? It's not a lot of people there, but the blessings are going to be wide, right? Overflow, more than you could handle. Come on.
For they that have done wickedly.
The ones that are doing wickedly, don't got to keep the law. I could eat pork. I could wear whatever my girl said. I could wear pants. I don't care. Right? Come on.
Have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wise.
And so the judgment of the Most High comes on the just as well as the unjust. So you got some that don't want to keep the law. They suffering in their life, and they ain't going to even profit from it. You're not even going to get nothing out of it, man, because you don't want to keep the law. But those that keep the law, they're going to suffer straight things. But then when they could do that, they're going to have the blessings waiting there for them. Everlasting life, the kingdom, right? Seeing the face of the King Yeshua, right? Reigning with him for 1,000 years, man. Come on.
And he said unto me, there is no judge above a higher, and none that hath understanding above the higher.
So there's none above the Most High. Come on.
For there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law.
Because they what?
Because they despise the law
Come on.
of a higher that is set before them.
You guys gotta want to live, man. All right. You gotta want to stop caring what somebody told you just for a little while and just read the scriptures. And you can just see that you're supposed to be keeping the law, Israel. You're supposed to be keeping the law. Okay, it's not about what you want, man. Take that comfort zone. Get out your comfort zone out for a little while and take out what was told to you for a little while. Just read the Bible. He's going to tell you you're supposed to keep the law, man. That is your works. That's supposed to be coupled with your faith. Right? Come on.
For a higher has given straight commandments.
The Most High didn't make it confusing. He give you a straight, direct commandment. Come on.
To such as came, what they should do to live.
What you got to do to live. That's what Moses said, man. I said before you this day, life and good, death and evil. He gave this straight clearly. This is what you got to do to live. Keep the commandments. That's what he said, man. Come on.
Even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment.
And if you don't want to die, right, then don't do these things, man. This is Deuteronomy 28, man. Telling you exactly what to do to be blessed and what not to do or you'll be cursed. Right? Come on.
Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him.
We're the same stiff-necked people. They ain't listening, and we ain't listening now. A lot of us ain't listening now. Come on.
But spake against him.
Speaking against the truth. I ain't got to keep the law. Come on.
And imagine vain things.
What's a vain thing, man? I think that don't matter. Man, you imagine, man. I think the Most High gonna let me slide, man. You know, if I don't, you know, if I just keep going to church on Sunday, I think he gonna let me slide, right? If I cut my beard off, you know. I think no, that's a vain thing you're thinking of. He's not about to do that, right? Come on.
And deceive themselves by their wicked deeds.
You're deceiving yourself. That's what the scriptures say. You're tricking yourself thinking you can do what you want. You can't do what you want, man. You're Israel. There's a covenant with the blood in your vein that governs that was going to judge your actions, whether you follow that law or not. You can't get out of it. It's who you are. Okay, whether you want to care about it or not, you don't care if my shock is a Jew. You don't care if you're a Jew. The Most High gonna look at you as a Jew when he look at you, right? And he's gonna judge you. Did you follow them laws? Because I got a covenant with you, like you Israel. Yeah, I got a covenant with you. You supposed to keep the Sabbath. Okay, you supposed to abstain from eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, man. Right? You were supposed to do this, man. Did you do it? Oh, okay, you finna get punishment, just like that. But we telling ourselves, man, and the spirit of deceit is behind it, right? Satan whisper in your ear and give you these encouraging, you know, vain words. Man, the Most High, he love you. He's not gonna do that to you. Man, you'll be all right. They tripping. They don't even know the Bible. Look at them, they ain't even got a suit on. They just walk around, they just some dudes off the street trying to holler and scream about the Bible. Man, we reading the Bible, man. That's more than what you're doing. You're not even reading the Bible. You're not even picking it. You carrying it. You carrying it in the church. You read one verse and that's it. And now you're left with your mind, which you say that the Holy Spirit is telling you what to do. Your mind is left to tell you what's right and what's wrong. When the scripture tell you clearly right here, the things that you should do to live and the things that you should not do to avoid being punished. Right? Come on.
And said of the Most High that he is not and knew not his ways.
Say he not, man. He ain't finna treat me that way, man. And they don't, you got to care to look into the word. So that's what his ways are. His ways are in the law. Come on.
But his law have they despised and denied his covenants.
And we in the new covenant. We ain't in the old covenant. That covenant ain't in there no more. Now we in the new covenant. We ain't got to follow the law. No, that's not true. Come on.
And his statutes have they not been faithful and have not performed his works.
I tell you, man, that when you follow the works, when you follow the law, you're performing work, right? Come on.
And therefore, Esdras, for the empty are empty things,
right?
And for the full are the full things.
That's crystal, right? If you live in an empty life with no works, then you ain't got nothing coming for you in judgment. If you got a life full of good works, righteous acts, you know, one of your brethren teaching the good news, spreading the good tidings, then you got full things coming to you. You got a great reward in heaven coming to you, right? Come on.
Behold, the time shall come that these tokens which I have told thee shall come to pass, and the bride shall appear, and she coming forth shall be seen, that now is withdrawn from the earth.
So the bride is Israel, that we're withdrawn from the earth right now. Okay, we're coming out. Most are revealing who we are, but we're withdrawn to the earth. People don't know who the Israelites are, right? And a lot of people that do know us, well, we're gonna keep them on the secret. We ain't gonna tell nobody. But now we're being brought out into the forefront in the mainstream news, and everybody's starting to talk about us, right? We're that bride that's getting prepared for that bridegroom. Come on.
And whosoever is delivered from the foresaid evils shall see my wonder.
So we're hoping to be delivered from all of the vengeance that the Most High is going to put forth on the land and on the people, right? If you can make it through all these evils, he said what?
He said, and whosoever is delivered from the foresaid evils shall see my wonders.
So we're going to be able to watch Yeshua open up his mouth with a breath and speak the word, and fire come out and consume all our enemies. We're going to watch him crack the sky. We're going to watch him, right? We want to see these wonders, right? Bless your name, Yeshua. Let's go to chapter 9.
This is still in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So
we're going over these things to show you, if you're in Babylon, right? There is a destruction coming there that's not equivalent to all the destruction that's coming on the rest of the earth. Okay, it's going to be destruction everywhere. It's going to be pearls, it's going to be evils, dangers everywhere. But if you're there, you're gonna have to endure the wrath of having to take this medicine. They're going to be chopping heads off, right? And eventually that place is going to be destroyed by Iran. All right. But the point I'm showing you is I want to show you that there's going to be a lot of things going on all over the earth. Okay. All over there. You're saying, what do we do? Why should I leave there? Well, Babylon is going to be destroyed from coast to coast.
Utterly.
That's why you can't stay there. Right. But you're not going to be able to, you're going to be able to survive because the prophecy says he's going to gather us from the four corners of the earth. So I'm not saying it's to discourage you. I'm saying it's to let you know, let you be in the know of what's going to be happening. It's not going to be peaches, right? It's going to be some hard things to get through, but the Most High is with those who are going to live, man, by faith, man, and by their works, right? So this is why we're going over this. Come on.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
So when the Most High, he makes his visitation, you're going to start seeing earthquakes and uproars in the world. This is going on everywhere. Like, I don't even have to, man, everywhere. Where it ain't no argument, where it ain't no riot, where it ain't no protest right now in the world. Come on.
Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Most High already have this lined up from before. And as we read these prophecies right now, you can look on the news and see this stuff happening right now, everywhere, right? Come on.
For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end.
And an end.
And the end is manifest.
So the beginning of that beast, okay, they had their reign, and there's going to be an end to that beast, right? And there's going to be a beginning of Mashiach's 1,000-year reign, right? So we got something to look forward to. Come on.
Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs.
Right. So the Most High created heavens and earth, and he created the stars and moon, stars for signs and wonders and seasons. Right. Come on.
And everyone that shall be saved,
whoever is going to be saved,
and shall be able to escape by his works.
By his what?
By his works.
By his what?
And by his works.
By his works. Come on.
And by faith.
And by faith. Come on.
Whereby ye have believed.
Because you believe on Yeshua. Your faith is believing on Yeshua.
Shall be preserved from the said perils.
You're going to be preserved from the said perils. That means you're going to be able to make it through it. You know, I ain't going to let them happen this prayer. Right? Because they got faith and works. Right? So if you're not in Babylon, This doesn't apply to you if you're in Babylon. If you're not in Babylon and you keep the faith and the works, you can be preserved until the time that he gathers us, which is called a regeneration, and gathers us back to our land, Israel. This is what you got to understand, right? Come on.
And shall see my salvation.
You're going to see the salvation of the Most High.
In my land.
In Israel.
And within my borders.
And within the borders. You got to read the borders. That's in Numbers 34. And in Ezekiel 47. Come on.
For I have sanctified them for me.
For I separated them unto myself.
From the beginning.
From the beginning. He already had us picked and chosen. We already got the end to the game, man. We already know what's going to happen. We just got to walk it out now, right? Come on.
Then shall they be in the pitiful case, which now have abused my ways.
So now you're not going to be in a good position, man. If you could have repented, took heed back to the covenant, followed law, statutes, and commandments, you're going to be in a pitiful case. It's not going to be good for you. Come on.
And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment.
So those that cast away the law said, I ain't got to follow that. I ain't doing that. You're going to dwell in torments. Come on.
For such as in their life hath received benefits.
So in their life you receive benefits. You know, you made the deal with the devil to have fortune, fame, have fun, play in this wicked world, because this is what you want. You don't want to discipline yourself and be sanctified unto the Most High, be holy, and keep a holy heritage and covenant, right? You say you want to live by the ways of the heathen. Come on.
And have not known me.
And you don't know him, because the way you know the Most High is you keep his commandments. Come on.
And they that have loathed my law.
Oh, man, I don't want to keep the Sabbath, man. Dang, man. Loathing the law, man. All right, man, I don't want to put no fringes on my dress. Man, make it don't match. This blue ribbon don't match with the color. Loathing the law, man. Come on.
While they had yet liberty.
Why he can give you grace to follow the law. Come on.
And when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised.
So there's going to be a time when you can't repent, y'all. Are you seeing that? Would you want to wait? You want to wait till the last second when you got all these perils and dangers around you? It says there's going to be a time when you can't repent. Come on.
The same must know it after death by pain.
See that? Ain't no reincarnation. You're about to come back and get another turn. After you die, you're going to know about pain, by the second death, right? By the judgment. Come on.
And therefore be thou not curious how the unholy shall be punished. Ungodly shall be punished. And when.
Don't worry about the people that's doing wickedly, man. If you want the truth, right? You don't worry about that stuff, because you don't want to grieve the Holy Spirit, right? You want the Spirit to dwell in you joyfully and peacefully, right? Come on.
But inquire how the righteous shall be saved.
Right.
Whose the world is.
The world belongs to us, the righteous Israel. Come on.
And for whom the world is created.
So I made the whole world for us, man. He made the whole world for us, right? He just got a land that he got that is the glory of all lands, Israel. But he made the whole world for us, right? Come on.
Then answered I.
So Ezra answered back to the angel speaking to him.
And said, I have said before, and now do it speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish.
That die.
Than of them which shall be saved.
See how we talking about that broad road? The broad road is all those people that's going to die. It's going to be a whole lot more people that die than the ones that are going to be saved. This is what the scripture is saying. So you got to be on the straight gate, right? You got to walk that narrow path. You know, you got to be set apart by these laws, right? Come on.
Like as a wave is greater than a drop. And he answered me, saying, like as the field is, so is also the seed. So you got a field, but there's a gang of seeds that's finna sow that field, right? Come on. As the flowers be. You got a flower, such are the colors also. But there's a gang of colors of flowers, come on. Such as the workman. So you got a man that does work. Is, such also is the work. But it's a gang of work out there, man. This is the difference, showing you parallels. How many more people are going to perish in wickedness and opposed to the ones that are going to be saved? Come on. And as the husbandman is himself. The farmer, so is the husbandry also. He got a whole lot of crops and fruits and vegetables. He got a harvest. Come on. For it was the time of the world. That's how it was back in the day, right? And that's what time it is we coming into now, man.
It's always been way more people doing wickedness than people doing good. Always been that way, man. Come on.
And now when I prepared the world, which was not yet made,
right,
even for them to dwell in that now live, no man spake against me.
So it wasn't nobody bucking up like that against the Most High. You read the book of Jasher, man, you'll learn, man, everybody in Enoch time, they knew who the Most High was, right? When the earth got flooded and the earth began to repopulate, Noah and Shem were alive, they made it known, man, what happened in the earth. They knew who the Most High was. Like, man, he just flooded and killed everybody on the whole earth. They knew who he was, man. Well, nobody's speaking up against him, man. Come on.
For then everyone obeyed.
Everyone obeyed,
But now the manners of them which are created in this world that is made.
And so the manners and the behaviors of everyone that's in the world today
are corrupted by a perpetual seed.
So you got the seed of the serpent, way back in Genesis, right? The seed of the serpent that has beef with the seed of the woman, which is Israel. This perpetual seed is corrupted the whole earth, got the whole earth wicked right now, man. So the Most High said the earth is given to the hand of the wicked, man. He got the whole earth corrupted. Come on.
And by a law, which is unsearchable, rid themselves.
So even us that got the law, they done rid themselves of the law. Man, we ain't dealing with that, man. We could. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril.
There was danger.
Because of the devices that were come into it.
The knowledge of evil. Come on.
And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster.
He kept a grape out the whole cluster. Right? This is what he set apart. This little bit. Come on.
And a plant of a great people.
And a plant of a great people. This is a metaphor showing you there's going to be a little bit of people out of a whole lot of people that's going to be saved, that's going to endure. Come on.
Let the multitude perish then.
Let all these millions of people, let them dudes die. Right? He only got a grape out of a cluster. Come on.
Which was born in vain.
They born in vain because I ain't got no use for him. Come on.
And let my grape be kept in my plant.
Let the grape be kept and the plant, the people, let them be kept. Why?
For with great labor have I made it perfect.
He said, man, I didn't work hard, man. I done put them to try them through the fire. I done put them through trial and tribulation. I done taught them how to live by faith. Man, I'm keeping these. And I done perfected them, right? That's what the Holy Spirit does. It perfects you, right? What you got, huh?
This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 8, verse 1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High hath made this world for many, but the world to come for few.
But the world to come is for few. This is giving you more understanding. It's going to be a solo thing, man. And then it ain't going to be so much of a group thing, man. You're going to have to walk alone some, huh? You're going to have to be separating yourself, huh? That's what it means to be holy, right? You coming into this world, man, it ain't finna be like everyone going to be coming with you. You got to know this. You got to choose ye this day, huh? Who you going to serve, right? Choose you this day, who you going to serve. Come on.
And I will tell thee a multitude.
A similitude.
Salakia, a similitude, Esdras, as when thou ask the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold whereof earthen vessels are made. But little dust that gold cometh of, even so is wide course of this present world.
Right, so you got a whole lot of mold or a whole lot of wickedness in the earth, basically saying only a little bit of good is going to come out of it, right? Meaning the most of the world, you're not going to be able to reap a good thing from it. It's going to get a little bit of good people. Read the next verse.
There be many created.
There's a whole lot of people created on earth, right?
But few shall be saved.
Only few are going to be saved, man. Right? I want y'all to know this stuff, man. Let's go to Revelation. Let's talk about these that's going to be saved, man. All right? Let's talk about what you got to do, man, to be saved, man. What you got to do, man, to make it, man. Right?
This is in the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 7. And to the angel of the church in Philadelphia, right?
So Philadelphia is the ancient name of the city in Jordan where we at, called Amman, right? So we talking to this church. What do he say?
These things saith he that is holy,
that is set apart above all powers. Come on.
he that is true, he that hath the key of David,
right? The kingdom of David, that's Yeshua.
He that openeth and no man shutteth.
Man, he got a way for you. Ain't nobody gonna be able to stop. Come on.
And shutteth and no man openeth.
And somebody that want to run up on you, do something to me, he said, no, he shut the door on that. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you. These are the people, this is the church of Philadelphia. Come on.
I know thy works.
I know your works.
Behold, I have set before thee an open door.
I got an open door just for you, right? What you do with the open door? You walk through it, right? Come on.
And no man can shut it.
Ain't nobody about to stop this door I got open from you from closing. This is what the Most High said to the church of Philadelphia. Come on.
For thou hast a little strength.
You got a little strength. Come on.
And hast kept my word.
And you kept my word. You kept the commandments. Come on.
And has not denied my name.
And you have not denied the true name of the Most High, Ahaya, Ashur, Ahaya, or the King of Mashiach Yeshai. Okay, you ain't calling him nothing else, man. All right. Come on.
Says, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan.
Make the chief worshipers of Satan.
Which say they are Jews.
Which said they Jews.
And are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
Everybody gonna know pretty soon that the Most High loved us, not the people in the land calling themselves Jewish. They're gonna know, man, they're gonna know soon, like, man, the Most High really loved these people out here. Seem like they just down and out, you know, getting the short end of the stick, being mistreated. The Most High loved them. All the stuff they've been through, he really loved them. Yeah. That the blessings and the restoration of Israel is going to be that wonderful that they're going to forget all that stuff we've been doing. But like, man, he do love them. Look what he just did for them. Look what he got them doing now. They in the land free now. They're going to forget everything that ever happened to us and be like, man, that's his people. He really loved them the whole time. He really did love them, right? Come on.
Because thou hast kept the word of my patience. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Read it again.
Because thou hast kept the word of my patience.
Okay, so you're waiting on the Most High to bring forth his judgment on the earth. You didn't jump the gun and try to do it yourself, right? You battled in the spirit, you prayed, you fasted, and you rebuke all the wicked spirits, right? Come on.
I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
I'm going to keep you from the hour of temptation, man. Come on.
Which shall come upon all the world.
That's going to come on the whole world. So when all this drama going down, it's already in the making now. I'm going to keep you from that drama, right? You're going to be able to endure. You're going to be able to live. I'm not going to let that happen to you, right? So this is talking about a certain people of a church, and all these churches of Yeshai, right? They're not going to have to go through that, right? Now we read this. Most High brought this out. This is something that you would have learned if you read the scripture, right? Come on.
To try them that dwell upon the earth.
So everyone's going to get tried on the earth, right? But he said those that of the church of Philadelphia, he's going to keep them from the hour of temptation. That's going to come on the whole world to try you, to show, man, you're going to take this medicine, man. And you're going to live by faith. The words of the just shall live by faith. You're going to trust in me. You're going to be like, you know what? I want to get back to normal. I want to go sit down, man, in a restaurant and eat some, shrimp fried rice. You know, I want to go eat, man, a bloody steak. You know what I'm saying? I want to get back to normal. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to try you. This is what's going on right now. Trying you, seeing who you're going to pick, right? Go ahead.
Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast,
right?
That no man take thy crown.
Don't let nobody take your crown, man, because that's what you're going to get. If you can endure to the end, you're going to get a crown of gold, man. And you're going to get to live, man, and reign as kings and priests to a Mashiach Yeshai and the Most High, right?
Him that overcometh.
Him that make it through this, that means you can make it through. Come on.
Will I make a pillar in the temple of my power.
You're going to be a stalwart there, right?
And he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my power. So
Hamashiach got a power, all right? Might as well speak on it. He's not equal to the Father. He said he has a power, right? Let's read it verbatim for him. Go ahead.
Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God.
So Yeshua got a God, come on.
And he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my God.
The name of my God, come on.
In the name of the city of my God.
And the name of the city of Yeshua's God, come on.
Which is New Jerusalem.
Come on.
Which cometh down out of heaven from my God.
Cometh up out of heaven from my God, come on.
And I will write upon him my new name.
And he's going to have the new name, right? Yeshua is under the Most High, right? The Most High is the head of Yeshua, right? Come on.
He that hath an ear.
He that got an ear.
Let him hear what the Spirit said unto the churches.
Glory to your name, Yeshua. So if you of this church, no, I'm saying, of course, it's a geographical location. This is why our Exodus was performed here. The Most High brought us here. And we seeking to walk through that open door, right? And be in a place where the Most High promised to protect us and keep us from the hour of temptation, right? Let's go to Matthew 24, huh?
This is in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 29. Immediately after the tribulations of those days.
So right after the tribulation is done, come on.
Shall the sun be darkened.
Yeah.
And the moon shall not give her light. And the stars shall fall from heaven. And the powers of the heavens shall be shaken.
Right, come on.
And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven.
So Mashiach gonna come back.
And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn.
All the nations of the earth are going to be mourning, crying.
And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet.
What are you going to send them to do?
And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
So just showing you, again, there's a prophecy that somebody's going to make it and get gathered when Yeshua gets back, right? Just not from Babylon. But you're going to be anywhere else in the world, man, you're going to be able to endure, and he's going to gather you, right? He's going to gather you. This is to exhort you, man, that don't feel like it's no hope for you if you're in Babylon. You do have to leave there, right? And I'm being real. If you happen to be there and have to stay there, it would be preferable. You know, you should prefer to get your head chopped off, right? You should prefer that, man, because at least you get to raise back up and go reign with 1,000-year reign by Mashiach Yeshua, man. Here's the truth, all right? It's too late in the game, man. Shouldn't go none of this stuff, man. Y'all need to know this. What's up, man? Okay, you have to come out of Babylon, or you got a whole lot of dark days coming your way, man. Whole lot, man. Right? Okay, Ezekiel?
Yeah, we're in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, verse 19. And I scattered them among the heathen.
What do you do?
And I scattered them among the heathen.
So this is why he got to come back and get us, because he scattered us among the heathen. Come on.
And they were dispersed through the countries, according to their way and according to their doings, I judged them.
So we're walking wickedly, and according to the covenant, we're supposed to get scattered as a curse for disobeying the Most High's commandment. Come on.
And when they entered into the heathen, whither they went, they profaned my holy name.
So we're profaning the Most High's name when we're amongst the heathen, because we're living like them, because we're walking in their ways, and we're not in Israel with the land he gave us. Like, what you doing over here, man? Ain't y'all supposed to be in Israel? Don't you got the Most High power over the whole universe running y'all? Why are you over here with us? Okay, you polluted now. You ain't holy no more. Come on, yeah. Come do what we do, right? Come on.
When they said to them, these are the people of the Most High, and are gone forth out of his land.
They're not even in the land no more, man. They must have been tripping. Come on.
But I had pity for my holy name.
For his holy name, he had pity. For his reputation of who he is, that's what he got pity for. Let's get it right. Come on.
Which the house of Israel have profaned among the heathen, whither they went.
So we profaned his name when we are taken out of land among the heathen. Come on.
Therefore said unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Most High Power, I do it not this for your sake.
I'm not doing this for you. That's no for sure. I'm not doing this for your sake. Come on.
O house of Israel.
Israel.
But for my holy name.
For my name's sake, because I'm great, man. Because dude's going to respect me. Because dude's going to know what's up with me on this heaven and earth that I made. Right? Come on.
Which ye have profaned among the heathen, whither ye went.
Come on.
And I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen.
I'm going to set you back apart. right? And that's going to bring glory and sanctify my name again. Come on.
Which ye have profaned in the midst of them, and the heathen shall know.
And the heathen shall know, right?
That I am the Most High, saith the Most High Power, higher when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes. For I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all the countries, and I will bring you into your own land.
And bring you into your own land, right? That's it on that. So this is what we got to look forward to, right? If we endure. Let's go to 2 Ezra, chapter 15. That's what we're looking forward to, y'all, right? You're not about to get the broad things if you don't walk that straight gate and walk a narrow, righteous, fearful walk before the Most High, man.
This is 2 Ezra, chapter 15, verse 1.
Come on.
Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
Just give these words, man. Ain't worry about these false prophets, man. We get true prophetic words from Ezra. Come on.
Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Most High, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
They're faithful and true. They don't fail. Come on.
For Salakia, fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
So when they saying, oh man, you're not going to be able to go buy or sell, you're not going to be able to do this or that unless you take this medicine. Man, don't worry about that. Just quit worrying about that. Don't stress on that, man. All right, come on.
For all the unfaithful shall die in their own unfaithfulness.
The ones that don't have faith in the Most High, they're going to die. They don't worry about what they're doing. They unfaithful, they're going to go along with the get along game. They're going to get on the broad road and do what everybody's doing. So he's telling you that's what's going to happen. Go ahead.
Behold, saith the Most High, I will bring plagues upon the world.
He's going to bring judgment upon the world.
The sword.
The sword is one of them.
Famine. Death. And destruction.
This is the day of the Most High, right? This is what he's going to bring. Come on.
For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
The whole earth is polluted.
And their hurtful works are fulfilled.
And everybody does wickedly. Come on.
Therefore saith the Most High, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness.
We can't hold our tongue no more, man. Okay. Isn't everybody celebrating dumb Halloween today, man? I didn't even know. I just realized earlier today that it was dumb Halloween, man. Because we didn't even keep those. We didn't even care about that stuff, man. But the whole world following this stupid stuff, man. Oh, dude, come on.
Which they profanely committed, neither will I suffer them in those things.
He's not going to suffer you much longer if you walk in his wickedness, man. He's allowing you to do it. I'm suffering this stuff. Come on.
In which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
So all the people that have died for this truth, all the prophets, the holy prophets that was killed, right? All disciples, all the apostles that were killed for the word of truth, man, their souls cry to the Most High, man. When you gonna check these dudes, man? Who died, man, for the truth, man? Like, get these dudes, man. Come on.
And therefore said the Most High, I will surely avenge them.
Like, I'm gonna get them.
And receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them.
And they're gonna get put to death when I get them. Come on.
Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter.
And Yashala is led to the slaughter right now, man. Dumb sheep don't know what's going on. Don't know nothing. Don't know nothing. Me and my bro, we talk so much, bro. How come y'all don't understand, man, what the mark of the beast is? How you don't understand, man? Right? What is going on, dude? Why are so many people? What are you thinking? Why are you taking this thing?
Say never been mandatory like that before. Never.
I don't get it, bro. I really don't. That's why I thank the Most High. If this is being woke, I'm thankful for being woke. Because I can't understand how something so scripturally and secularly obvious, you can't tie these two together. This is your destruction. You take that stuff, man. Come on.
I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
So the Most High said he's not suffering his people to land in Egypt, right? The whole world is Egypt right now. Because the whole world, the Most High's people are scattered, right? So the whole world is Egypt. I understand that, man. He's trying to bring us back home. Come on.
But I will bring them with a mighty hand.
How he gonna bring us with a mighty hand?
And a stretched out arm.
Same thing he did in ancient Egypt. Come on.
And smite Egypt with plagues as before.
So he gonna hit the whole world with plagues as before, because the whole world is Egypt now. Because we're all scattered everywhere in bondage now. Come on.
And will destroy all the land thereof.
And destroy the land and the people thereof, man. Come on.
Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that a highest shall bring upon it.
So the whole foundation, what everybody worship, what they serve, how they live, it's going to get destroyed. Because when Yeshua comes back, everyone's going to worship and learn the ways of the Most High. They're going to come up to Mount Zion and learn the ways of the Most High. Come on.
They shall, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail. Through the blasting in hell and with a fearful constellation.
So it's not going to be a regular lifestyle going on when his Most High bring his judgment on these nations. Okay, they're not going to be able to just mind their own business and do their own thing. Like I tell you in Isaiah, they're going to come up and keep the feast. They're going to come up and do sacrifice and learn the ways of the Most High. That us Israel we was given, right? Come on.
Woe to the world.
Destruction to the world.
And them that dwell therein.
Come on.
For the sword and their destruction on draweth nigh.
It's real close. War. The sword means war. It's real close. Everybody about to fight everybody right now. Come on.
And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
This is also the gun. Okay, neighbors gonna fight against neighbors, right? When the famine hit, remember all these judgments, the famine, the sword, destruction. This is how these things are gonna be happening. Okay, right in the hood near you, right? Neighbors are going to fight each other. Come on.
For there shall be sedition among men.
Sedition, it means controversial arguments and uproars between men. Come on.
And invading one another.
Invading. Coming in somebody's house. Come on.
They shall not regard their king.
They're not going to care about the prince, the president, the governor, the mayor, city council, whatever is decreed by the leaders. They're not going to care what they say.
Nor princes. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
I mean, they're going to get to do whatever they feel like doing. Whatever I feel like doing, I'm finna do. I don't care what nobody said. Right? They say stay in the house now. We ain't locking down. We coming outside. What? It's finna be anarchy. Come on.
A man shall desire to go into a city.
He want to travel and go somewhere.
And shall not be able.
Because he got the checkpoint up. Got the FEMA camp checkpoints up, military up. We checking. You ain't gonna be able to go where you want to go real soon. Come on.
For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid.
There goes that fearful man again. Okay, just going in detail, right? About all the things that are going to be happening as the Most High is making his visitation on the earth. Come on.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor.
He's not going to care about his neighbor at all. He's an old man. He cool. He always is cool there on the block. You're not gonna care about him. Come on.
But shall destroy their houses with the sword.
Go on in, man. What you got in here, man? Come on.
And spoil their goods because of the lack of bread.
Famine. Come on.
And for great tribulation.
And because there's destruction and it is lawless. So people are gonna do what they gotta do, right? Come on.
Behold, saith the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me.
Right.
Which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Libanus, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them.
So he's going to call these kings and make them fight each other, right? All those that were confederate with each other, okay, against us, he's going to make them fight against each other. They tell you when Yeshua returns, man, all nations are going to be fighting each other, and they're going to stop fighting each other, and they're going to start fighting him. Thinking whatever type of stuff they thinking, they going to beat Yeshua. You going to beat Yeshua? No. But the Most High going to make them all start fighting each other. Come on.
Like as they do it yet this day unto my chosen.
Just like they fight us, he going to make them fight each other. Come on.
So will I do also in recompense in their bosom. Thus saith the Most High.
Come on.
My right hand shall not spare the sinners.
So if you're breaking the law of the Most High, he's not going to let you slide.
And my sword shall not cease over them.
You're going to have war. You're going to have destruction coming to you.
That shed innocent blood upon earth.
Come on.
The fire is gone forth from his wrath, and hath consumed the foundations of the earth, and the sinners like the straw that is kindled.
So you're going to be a partaker with the wickedness of the world. Talking to you, Israel. You don't want to repent. You don't want to keep the law that is a contract with you with the Most High through the blood in your veins. You're going to be perishing with the heathen and with those that live wickedly. As simple as that. Come on.
Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Most High.
Woe to you, destruction to you. That's what it says if you don't keep the commandments. Who the commandments given to? Only Israel. So that destruction comes to you if you don't keep the commandments. Everyone is not commanded to keep the commandments. Only Israel's commanded. All right? Come on.
I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children from the power. Defile not my sanctuary.
Man, don't try to worship me. Don't try to pray to me. And the word tell you, man, he turned his ear away from the law. Hearing the law, even his prayers an abomination. You're not going to follow his commandments. You don't care about nothing you talking about. You don't care, y'all. He does not care. Come on.
For the Most High knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction.
So he's going to give you that death because that's according to your works. Come on.
For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth,
and all the judgments coming on the whole earth.
Ye shall remain in them, for a higher shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him.
He ain't got no salvation for the sinner, right? That's what he's saying. Let's go to 2 Ezra 6. No salvation for the sinner. No salvation for the ones that don't want to keep the law. No love. None of that. Come on.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 22.
Yeah.
And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown.
I seen a video today, man. Ladies in Walmart, and shelves bare. Suddenly the place that got all kind of food, toys, clothes, household products, whatever, bare. Suddenly. I know it's because they got all the ships at the docks sitting in the water, plumb bobbing, just sitting there, right? Because the longshoremen don't want to take the medicine, so they're behind, right? Suddenly, unsown shells, what? Unsown places shall be, the sown places shall appear unsown. Come on.
The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
This is what's about to happen to you on a wide scale from coast to coast, Babylon. This is what you're supposed to lead. This is one of the plagues, famine. All right, come on.
And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man hear, they shall be suddenly afraid.
So you're going to be enduring a whole lot of stuff, man. Right? All these judgments, all these trumpets, there's trumpets that are blown in Revelations, like 7 trumpets that are blown. They all represent destruction and woe. All right, come on.
At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies.
So this is beyond neighbor. Okay, you got your neighbor. You might not know him. You might not speak to him, but he don't bother you. You don't bother him. Now it's saying friends, your homeboy, right? The ones, man, that you kick with, man, chill with, go play basketball, go lift weights with, barbecue with. They're going to fight like enemies. What type of extreme condition is going to be on the earth to make two people that are friends fight like they're enemies? That's an extreme circumstance, man, right there. Come on.
And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein.
The whole earth gonna be scared. Come on.
The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run.
This is talking about the water sources. Gonna start getting slowed up, right? They got the Euphrates River running through Iraq. That's not getting shut down. You got the Nile River running through Egypt. That's getting shut down because Ethiopia, they doing their own thing with the dam. And they about to start fighting over that, right? It's a lot of issues, man, geopolitically, man, that's coming to pass, man. And this is because the Most High is making this visitation. This is why these things are happening, right?
Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee,
whoever can endure through all this stuff, come on,
shall escape and see my salvation.
And see my salvation.
And the end of your world.
And the end of your world, man. Right? I gotta know this, man. We gotta go through some stuff. That's why I'm trying to keep on reading and showing to y'all. Preaching up over and over. You're gonna be going through some stuff, man. Right? The Most High gotta be your hope. You gotta be a refuge. The law, the commandments, and the works. That's how you're gonna endure. Come on.
And the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth.
The men that are received shall see it. The ones who are get the salvation, who have not tasted death from their birth. Come on.
And the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning.
This is mortal putting on immortal. This is corruptible putting on incorruptible, right? We're getting ready for that millennial 1,000-year reign, right? Come on.
For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched.
We'll put an end to sin. Put an end to all the wickedness and death. Come on.
As for faith, it shall flourish.
Right.
Corruption shall overcome. Shall be overcome, and the truth, which had been so long without fruit, shall be declared. So
the truth is going to be fruitful. Bless your name, because everybody's going to start worshiping the Most High now. Everybody's going to come learn the ways, man. This truth that been out is finally going to start reaping fruit, right? Bless your name,
No.
16.
Yeah, now we're going to go to 2nd Ezra chapter 16. This is verse 37.
Come on.
Behold, the plagues draw nigh.
The destruction and the judgment is real nigh. Keep reading that.
And are not slack.
And they're not slacking off for nobody. Come on.
As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son.
When a woman in the travail in the 9th month, is it comfortable for her? No, she's in pain. She's going through, get this baby out of me, right? Come on.
Within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb.
Right.
Which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment.
Right. So it's a lot going on, right, with this woman. Emotionally, physically, man, this junk hurting. Come on.
Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth.
So it's like a comparison. Even so, when this plagues hit the earth, it's just going to be unbearable. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You're going to have to endure through this. Okay. If you're not in the place where the Most High promised to protect his people, the Church of Philadelphia. Okay. And if you're not in Babylon, this is a lot that you're going to have to that's going to be dealt with you. You're going to have to endure this stuff. That's going to be, oh my goodness. Yeah. Come on.
And the world shall mourn.
And the whole world's going to mourn.
And sorrow shall come upon it every side. O my people.
O Israel.
Hear my words.
Hear my words.
Make you ready to the battle. And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
What the pilgrims doing, man? They moving around, bro. Are we going to post up over here for, all right, we going to be good for here for a couple days, couple weeks, whatever. All right, we got to move, man. All right. Pilgrim, man, he's always moving around. And until we get back in Mount Zion, man, we strangers in the earth, man. We should be trying to get comfortable nowhere, man, until we get home to Zion, right? So scripture telling you be pilgrims, Israel. You got to move around. You can't hunker down. You can't stay right there. You can't. You got to move around, right? Come on.
He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose.
Right. So you're going to be changing the way you operate, man. You're not sitting there looking to reap up riches as if your money's going to be a defense for you, because it's not going to be a defense. Okay. Pretty soon they're going to change that. And, you're going to be captive in society. Your money's not going to be a defense. Right. So you got to do something while your money has value in the currency of whatever land you win, namely Babylon, because that economy is about to fall soon. Right. Come on.
He that occupieth merchandise.
He's buying up stuff. Come on.
As he that hath no profit by it.
You got to be like, man, I ain't got no reason for this stuff. Right. If you got if you're buying merchandise, you got to be like to do like, man, I don't need that stuff. That stuff don't mean nothing. Right? Come on.
And he that buildeth, as he that shall not dwell therein.
And you're not investing in nothing that you want to be doing there in Babylon. You shouldn't be investing, starting a business. You shouldn't be trying to build a house. You shouldn't be trying to make that place your spot where you're going to hold it down and endure. Not there. Not there. You're supposed to be a pilgrim moving around. Come on.
He that soweth, as if he should not reap.
Right.
So also he that planteth the vineyard, as he that shall not gather the grapes.
You're not looking at it like that's the spot to be. You're supposed to see what you're saying, right? And you're making your load light and not heaping up merchandise. Okay, you're not. It's a time to gather stones and to cast them away, right? You got to make your load light and just get what you need and go. That's how it goes. Come on.
They that marry, as they that shall get no children.
So you're not acting like, man, you're gonna start a family and this is gonna be my baby's room and we're gonna build the crib, buying all the, you're not, you're trying to survive. Okay, you're trying to endure. All right, come on.
And they that marry not, as the widowers.
I mean, you're not looking to get married. You're just gonna be looking like I'm gonna stay alone forever. Come on.
And therefore they that labor in vain.
And you're working for no reason, man. If you're working in Babylon, man, you gotta stop. Get your money and leave. Okay, because you're working on a sinking ship, right? You're preparing something on a sinking ship, and that ship, the whole ship about to go down anyway. It don't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter anymore. Okay, it doesn't matter. Babylon doesn't matter anymore. You have to know this, man. Okay, got to come out of her. That place is prophesied to be fallen socially, economically, politically, and then physically. It's going to be destroyed. That's the future of Babylon, right? So you got to make your way out of there, man. Be a pilgrim in the earth until Mashiach, man, come blow the trumpet, let the angels come gather you. This is how I got to go. Come on.
For strangers shall reap their fruits.
The same thing talking about people coming in your house, huh?
And spoil their goods.
Spoil your goods.
Overthrow their houses.
Run up in your house.
And take their children captives.
Oh, man, come on.
For in captivity and famine shall they get children.
People are going to be trading their food, their kids for food. Watch. You're going to see desperate measures when somebody's stomach is hurt. They're going to start doing stuff they never thought they would do. Come on, man. Hey, what's that TV show everybody watching now? Yeah, I ain't watched it, but I keep hearing stuff about that's how it's about to be in the earth. Come on.
And they, let's see,
47.
47. And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons.
So it's going to be saying those that occupy their house with merchandise is going to be getting robbed, right? And the more stuff you're buying, come on.
The more will I be angry with them for their sin.
Most I don't get mad at you, man, because you're buying stuff and he didn't tell you to do that. He didn't tell you to go buy a new car. Okay, he didn't tell you to go get a new 75-inch TV, right? He didn't tell you, man, to go start heaping up merchandise and buy a new wardrobe, man, for the winter. He didn't tell you to do it, man. He didn't get mad at you because he said it's a sin, man. Come on.
Saith the Most High.
Saith the Most High, right?
Like as an whore envieth a right, honest, and virtuous woman.
See, a whore, man, she on the street, she on the track. She see a virtuous woman, got a cool job or whatever, got a car, and ain't chose to live out there and defile her body. She envying her. Come on.
So shall righteousness hate iniquity.
You gotta hate the evil, man. We gotta hate wickedness, man. We gotta hate evil, man. Come on.
When she decketh herself and shall accuse her to her face, when he cometh that shall defend him, that diligently search out every sin upon earth.
So Yeshua is gonna come and defend us, man. And those that are wicked, they're gonna be tripping on us, man. You know, and we're just gonna be knowing that the salvation is coming for us. We're not gonna be tripping. Okay, we giving y'all the warmers right now, but the blood's off our hands now, man. Right? And it's not to just throw it up in the air, but I mean, this is all we do, speak on the truth and say prayers, man, for the nation, right? Come on.
And therefore be ye not like thereunto, nor to the works thereof.
Don't be working the works of wickedness, man. Come on.
For yet a little iniquity shall be taken away out of the earth, and righteousness shall reign among you.
Mashiach is going to reign among us. Come on.
Let not the sinner say that he hath not sinned.
Don't say, oh, you know what? I think I did nothing wrong. I'm good. Don't do that, man. Come on.
For a hire shall burn coals of fire upon his head, which saith before the Most High power and his glory, I have not sinned.
Don't be that dude, man, acting like, man, I ain't did nothing wrong. I'm holy. I'm good. I went to church and I'm straight. Man, you better analyze your ways, man. Think on your ways, man, as the scriptures say, man, and make haste to keep the commandments, bro. That's what you got to do, man. Don't. It's not the time to be proud, not the time to be boastful, not the time to be over righteous, not the time to, man, to not humble yourself before the Most High, man. Please, y'all. All right, hear this word, man. Repent, man. Keep the commandments. Keep the faith in the King Yeshua, man. We have Revelation 12.
This is in the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, Ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth.
Destruction to the inhabitants of the earth.
And of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
And the devil got a short amount of time, man. He got a little less than 3.5 years, man. He know this, man. You think he finna go out with a bang. He gonna try to take everybody out he can. Real soon, y'all gonna see they're gonna take the veil off and they're gonna show you this is what the whole thing is about. We're trying to kill you, Jake. You're gonna see it real soon.
I feel like they already are.
See that real soon, man.
Everything is clear.
Right? Come on.
And when the dragon saw that he was cast into the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child.
Man-child is Yeshua. The woman is the nation of Israel. Okay. That's what the metaphor of this is, man. Come on.
And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might flee into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent.
It's your 3.5 years again, right? This is referencing those of the church of Philadelphia. They don't have a protection from the spoiler, right? The serpent that's going to come against them. Come on.
And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood.
How did the Most High destroy the earth during the days of Noah? With a flood, right? So this flood is referencing destruction, right? It's not literal water, it's destruction. Come on.
After the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood.
Hold that. Go to 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 12. Because this flood is going to be broken down right here. It says that the flood that he sent out a flood after the woman, after Israel, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. All right. 1 Corinthians 12, chapter 12, verse 1.
Okay. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 1. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Ye know that ye were Gentiles.
You were Gentiles.
Carried away unto these dumb idols.
They were carried away unto dumb idols. Come on.
Even as ye were led. Wherefore I give you to understand.
Hold on, that's it. So we're just bringing out that the carried away of the flood that he sent, that we might be carried away of the flood was a false doctrine, was the following of idols, following the ways of the other nations, right? How would we even decide to do this? Because we're discontinued from our heritage and we were trying to find our way. We thought we were supposed to, follow Islam, right? There's a lot of us thought, man, okay, we're supposed to be Christians, right? I know brother, man, and some of us even dealing with Buddhism, right? And this is the flood of religion, flood of culture, flood of heritage that is not of the Most High, that was going to take us and have us headed toward destruction, because they're all contrary and all our transgressions of our law, right? Come back to Revelation.
And this is back to Revelation, verse 15.
I'll go to 16.
Yeah. Verse 16. And the earth helped the woman.
And the earth helped the woman.
And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood, which the dragon cast out of his mouth.
So the earth, what did the earth do, right? The earth also being a certain place to protect us from these false doctrines that are going out in the earth. Mind you, at this time, right? It's also where we found our earthen vessels of our ancient scrolls and extra biblical texts, right? That's been hidden from us, that give us the revelation of who we are and what the Most High truly expected of us in the scripture. That was taught to us in falsehood, that the false prophets taught to us falsely, right? Now we got the earth, man, the Qumran caves, right? You got the Dead Sea Scrolls there. Okay, you got Jasher, you got Enoch, you got Jubilee. All this stuff was hidden from us, right? Now the Most High given to us, man. And now the earth is swallowing up that flood, all those false doctrines that would have carried us away and had us going against our power higher, right? Come on.
And the dragon was wroth with the woman.
The dragon was mad at the woman, right?
And went to make war with the remnant of her seed.
And went to go war with the remainder of her seed, remainder of the Israelites that what?
Which keep the commandments of Ahia.
That's the works. Keep the commandments of Ahia.
And have the testimony of Hamashiach Yeshua.
And got the faith in Yeshua. There's your faith and works right there. Right? Enemies coming after you. We're going to be the main ones that are getting attacked real soon, because we Fear the Most High. In this world that loves evil, they don't want nobody around that don't love Satan like them. This is what it's all about. The enemy's going to go after those who keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith in the King Yeshua, right? Oh,
This
yeah.
is in the book of James, chapter 2, verse 17.
Bring it out.
Even so, faith, if it hath not works.
So if you got faith in Yeshua, but you ain't got no works,
is dead being alone.
It doesn't mean nothing. We read New Testament, y'all. Right? Come on.
Yeah, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works.
So the Christian church said, man, I got faith, man, right? We said, well, we following the works. Come on.
Show me thy faith.
Show me your faith.
Without thy works.
Without the works. Come on.
And I will show thee my faith.
And I'm going to show you faith.
By my works.
By the works, right? They got both together. Come on.
Thou believest that there is one power. Thou doest well.
So if you say, oh, I believe in the Most High, man, I got faith in Yeshua, and I got faith in the Son, that's cool. Come on.
The devils also believe.
The devils believe too.
And tremble.
And they tremble. So the faith, your faith you got in Yeshua, that's not enough. You telling you the devils believe too? What? What's that? Right? Come on.
But will thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead?
Are you going to finally understand that your faith in Yeshua is not enough? You have to have works. Are y'all going to realize this? Come on.
Was not Abraham, our father, justified by works?
So to give you an example, Abraham was a friend of the Most High, and he was justified by works. Come on.
When he had offered Isaac, his son, upon the altar.
Because he took him up there to show, like, man, I believe in you, and I'm going to walk it out and show you that I believe in you. I'm going to be obedient to you. Right? Come on.
Seest thou how faith wrought with his works?
See how faith and works was hand in hand together? Come on.
And by works was faith made perfect?
So your faith is made perfect by you walking out what it is that you believe in. Yeshua is the example that you should follow, right? So your following him is you're going to work the works because he walked according to the law. Come on.
And the scripture was fulfilled which said, Abraham believed the highest. And it was imputed unto him for righteousness. And he was called the friend of a higher.
Right. Come on, keep going.
Ye see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only.
And what?
And not by faith only.
Faith is not enough. That's what the scriptures say, right? Let's get Galatians, man, real quick, just to bring that home a little bit more. Galatians 2. I think it's 2 and 16. Yes, Galatians 2 and 16.
In the book of Galatians, chapter 2, verse 16, knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law.
That's what we just read in James. You're not justified by keeping the law by itself. Come on.
But by the faith of Hamashiach Yeshai.
But by the faith in Yeshai.
Even we have believed in Hamashiach Yeshai, that we might be justified by the faith of Hamashiach, and not by the works of the law.
You see, it's called the works of the law. Now let's give you a definition of what the works is. It's the works of the law, right?
For by the works of the law shall no flesh be justified.
So you can't be justified just by keeping the works of the law, and you can't be justified just by keeping the faith in Yeshua. You got to have both, as we keep reading you over and over, right? And this begs the question, well, the law wasn't given to everybody, it was only given to Israel. Right, exactly. It's an exclusive book. It's not everybody's book. It's not everybody's book, you guys. Why would the scriptures tell you in the evangelizing letters of Paul, which he's supposed to be talking to Gentiles or non-Israelites, why would it tell them to keep the law when the covenant is only for Israel? This is telling you that this is an exclusive thing, that the Israelites that were living by Gentile ways, by being carried away to dumb idols, as we just read, right? Got to keep the law, man, and the faith in the King, right? Okay, and all those that wonder, well, how do I sacrifice? You got to put someone on an altar? No, your body's a sacrifice, right? Romans 12, you present your body a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto the Most High. That's your reasonable service, right?
This is in the book of Mark, chapter 8, verse 34.
Right.
And when he had called the people unto him with his disciples also, he said unto them, whosoever will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me.
So which verse you reading?
That's 34.
Whosoever will come after me. Go ahead. Let him take up his cross and follow. So read that verse again.
And when he had called the people unto him with his disciples also, he said unto them.
He said this to them. This is the instruction is given.
Whosoever will come after me,
whoever's going to live after the ways of Yeshua,
let him deny himself.
You can't care about what you want to do, the lust of your flesh, your desires, or what you want to do. Okay, this is where you're at the crossroads at right now. You got to deny what you want to do, right? Come on.
And take up his cross.
Carry your burden or whatever type of trauma you got to go through. Come on.
And follow me.
And follow Hamashiach. Okay, that's what's up right now. Okay, it's not time to do what you want to do right now. It's not that time is over, right? Come on.
For whosoever will save his life.
So if you're trying to save your life, you know what everybody's going out and say, I gotta have a job, I gotta feed my daughter, I gotta do this. Let me just take this medicine. You trying to save your life? What is gonna happen?
Shall lose it.
You're gonna lose your life, man. Because you didn't put your faith in the Most High, man. You trying to save your life? Come on.
But whosoever shall lose his life for my sake.
Whoever lose their life, you know what, man? I'm gonna just do what the Most High said, man. I got obedient, man. I can't defile this temple. I'm not doing that, right? I'm gonna lose my life. I'm about to lose my job. Okay, I'm about to lose my position at work, right? I might lose my place, right? Whatever it is, man. If you about to lose everything for Hamashiach, what it say?
It said, lose his life for my sake in the Gospels.
In the Gospels,
the same shall save it.
You're going to save your life, man. You got to lose your life to save your life. Yes, this is what it is, man. Right? You're not bringing no luggage with you into the salvation of Mashiach got for you. You come in bare, man. Yeah? You come in with your faith strong, man. You come in with your works. Come on.
For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
It doesn't matter if you're a billionaire, man. You got a Bugatti, man. You got a car, man. Okay, you a CEO, this, that, and other, but you don't know the Most High. You're going to live a life of playing around and birth and playing, and then you're going to die and burn forever. Well, what is that for you? Okay, you got the grace, you got the opportunity and liberty to repent now, man. Y'all get on track right now, man. So you can have some type of faith and power to make it through this peril that's about to come. All right, come on.
Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
You can't trade nothing for your soul, carnal. There's nothing you can do, man. We already bought with a price, with the blood of Yeshua. There's nothing you can give for your soul but blood. That's the price. Come on.
Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation.
That's what we're living in right now. People that's ashamed of the Bible don't even want to open the Bible. Somebody reads you the Bible, they don't want to hear the Bible. Tell you close the book because they're not used to hearing so many precepts and so much truth. Oh no, close that book. They want you to prophesy smooth things to them, say stuff that make them feel good, right? In this wicked generation, come on.
Of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed.
Man, Yeshua is going to be ashamed of you. Come on.
When he cometh in the glory of his Father with the holy angels.
He's not going to care about you. My man, that dude didn't even follow my laws. He didn't listen to the warnings I gave. Whatever with that dude. I don't care what that dude's talking about. Care what he's going through. Go to Matthew.
This is in the book of St. Matthew, chapter 10, verse 28.
Bring it out.
And fear not them which kill the body.
Man, don't be scared of these people, man. Telling you better do this, you better do that. And all they can do is kill your earthly, fleshly body. Be scared of these dudes, man. Come on.
But are not able to kill the soul.
Because they can't kill your soul. They don't have the authority. They don't have the option of being able to do that. Come on.
But rather fear him, which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Who can do that? The Most High. That's the one you're supposed to be fearful of. Do what he say, and if you perish, you perish. But he ain't. But your soul, which is going to live after that death, if it be the will of the Most High, the people in this common land, they can't do nothing about that. Right? Come on.
Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing? And one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father.
So the Most High, he even give charge over which birds live and which birds die. Come on.
But the very hairs of your head are all numbered.
Meaning the Most High values every single part of you, even your hair. He values you, man. Come on.
Fear ye not, therefore, ye are of more value than many sparrows.
He care more about you than the birds, man. That's what it's basically telling you. He cares, like you're valuable to the Most High, man. Come on.
Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven.
So you're confessing him by your works. Don't think it's just no something verbal now. You better confess him with faith and works. And that you down with the Most High Son, Hamashiach Yeshai, right? That he died for the sins of Yasha'Allah and rose on the third day and sent it to the right hand of the Father. Well, he intercede for us right now, right? And by him, we can be able to keep the law, man, and live, right? Come on.
But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father, which is in heaven.
That's fair. You deny him or I'm going to deny you in front of my Father, right? Come on.
Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
Don't get it in your mind that when you see a Mashiach, you think that Mashiach is coming, he's coming for peace. This doctrine is not a doctrine of peace. Come on.
I come not to send peace, but a sword.
The word is the sword, and the word cuts, man. The word tries you, right? The word puts you in a position where you have to choose, man. Come on.
For I am come to set a man at variance against his father.
So a man, he might choose the ways of the Most High, and his father might not. So now there's variance. This one got a doctrine, and that one got a doctrine. Come on.
And the daughter against her mother.
So this is the same household, a mother and her daughter, they got variance now. Come on.
And the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
The whole family structure is in disarray, right? Over what? The true gospel. Come on.
And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
Read that one more time.
And a man's foes.
A man's enemies
shall be they of his own household.
It's gonna be a brother, your mother, okay, your children. That's what the Bible say. This is another layer of the tribulation that's going to come. Everyone that's not believing that you're supposed to keep the law, keep the faith in Yeshua, right? And walk on the fruits of the Spirit, they're going to be at variance with you. Doesn't matter who they are. We read about friends fighting each other. Now I got your own family members that's going to be going against you. All right, come on.
He that loveth father or mother more than me.
Who love their parents more than they love the Most High?
Is not worthy of me.
You're not worthy of Yeshua. You're not worthy to reign with him. You love your mom and daddy because your mom and daddy say, we're going to go to church on Sunday. That's my mom. You know what? I'm going to do what they say. All right. What? Come on.
And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
Scripture said, man, don't spare the rod, man. You don't spare the rod, man. If you spare the rod, man, then you hate your child. The Most High say, man, you got to discipline your child, man. Most High say, you got to teach your child, man, to walk the laws, man. Right? When I rise up, when I lie down, when I walk by the way, you're supposed to be teaching your child. You don't teach your child, then that means you love them more, man. I don't want to do them like that. I don't want to make it to where, man, I want to let them go play outside on a Sabbath. That's when all the other kids are outside playing. I'm not going to keep them inside and keep the Sabbath, right? Because you love your children. You want to be your children's friend, man. Most of the time, you ain't worthy of me, man. So you love your kids more than me. Come on.
And he that taketh not his cross.
You don't take up your burden of walking in this law in a wicked world. Come on.
And followeth after me. Is not worthy of me.
You're not worthy of the kingdom. Come on.
He that findeth his life shall lose it.
So same thing I just read in Mark. If you find your life by what you decide you want to do, you're going to lose it. You choose to do what you want to do in your life, you're going to lose your life. Come on.
And he that loseth his life.
You lose your life, your retirement, everything you got going on in your life. You lose all of that for what?
For my sake.
For the gospel's sake, what?
Shall find it.
You're going to find your life. You're going to find everlasting life. Bless your name, Hayabashim Shop, right? Let's go on to, we got Luke. Let's go to Luke. We're giving this exhortation, man, out of the Gospels, man, out of Yeshua, man. This is Yeshua's warnings. He's telling us, this is him telling us, man, we got to do this. That's what we got to do, right? This is upon us now, y'all. This is upon us now. This is what we got to look forward to, man. Luke 14.
This is in the book of Luke 14, verse 26. If any man come to me and hate not his father.
So you come into the truth, right? And you realize Mashiach died for your sin, right? And you hate not your father, come on.
And mother.
And you hate not your mother.
And wife.
Don't hate your wife.
And children. And brethren.
And your brothers.
And sisters. And yet in his own life
and
also.
And you don't hate your life. If you don't hate all this stuff, come on.
He cannot be my disciple.
You can't follow Yeshua. What is he saying? Meaning if any of your family members, your mother, your dad, right? Your brother, your sister, your wife. So this is talking to you men because it doesn't say your husband. It doesn't say your husband. It's talking to you men. If you don't hate these people, when you come into the truth and your own life, the way you was living before, right? Living wickedly, then you can't be a disciple, meaning the Bible says the fear of the Most High is to hate evil. So if they're living evil, they're living away contrary to the law, and you can't seem to separate from them. Like, man, I ain't messing with you, man. You don't love the Most High, man. I can't deal with you, man. If you can't do that, he said, you're not worthy to even follow me. That's what the scripture say. Okay, that's what the scripture say. Precept upon precept. We are to hate the evil. That's what the fear of the Most High is, to hate the evil. All right. So if you can't hate evil or people that do evil, then you're not worthy to follow Mashiach. What the scripture is saying. You got some decisions to make as you're a pilgrim in the earth, and it's gonna be lonely. It's gonna be lonely, man. All right? But the Most High, he's gonna be your strength. He's gonna be the one that's leading you and guiding you. He's gonna be your light, right?
This is in the book of St. Matthew, chapter 19, verse 27.
Come on.
Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and follow thee.
So Peter telling, man, we gave up everything we had. This is not something Yeshua is saying. That ain't never happened before. This is the first time we today got to do something like that. The apostles all forsook everything they had. Come on.
And follow thee.
And follow Yeshua.
What shall we have therefore?
Well, what we gonna get for that? All right, now we read about what he said is gonna happen already. Man, what we gonna get, man? Come on.
Our ancestors, man. Hey, what's in it for me?
Right.
Verse 28, and Yeshua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me,
all you that follow me, come on.
In the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory.
When they're in the 1,000-year reign, when Yeshua is reigning.
Ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
So the 12 apostles, not Judas, bringing in Matthias, they're going to be judging what the Mashiach Yeshua. Why? Because they left all they had and turned to the Most High. Yes, you have to lose your life when you love the Most High, when you following Yeshua. You can't bring the ways of the world because they were wicked. You repented from it. You're not bringing it with you. All right. This is showing you there. It means to be holy. This is showing you what it means to be holy. You're separating from the ways of the world and those that walk in the ways of the world. For what? For the gospel's sake. All right. Come on.
And everyone that hath forsaken houses.
Oh, it's going to get even more particular. If you got a house, right? Mind you, you got to come out of Babylon, and you got a house, and you forsake that house. Come on.
Or brethren.
And your brothers is there. I got 5 brothers, man. You know, one left, one is resting, right?
Or sisters.
And I got a sister. Come on.
Or father.
Come on.
Or mother.
Right.
Or wife.
Right.
Or children.
Or children.
Or land.
Or the land. Somebody might have property. Right. Come on.
For my name's sake.
For Yeshua's name's sake. Come on.
Shall receive 100-fold.
You're gonna receive 100-fold.
And shall inherit everlasting life.
Somebody gonna have to do this. Right? Somebody's going to have to give up and turn around all that stuff. All y'all in Babylon, I know this hitting you right now. Yes, you got to lose your life, man, for the gospel's sake, man, and turn to a Mashiach, man. You got to leave Babylon, man. You got to get down in Mexico, man. Get out Central America, man. Okay, let that dollar run you far in them pesos, man. Come on, man. Let it run you farther, man. You know how cheap it is out here, y'all? Y'all know how cheap it is out here, man. It's a blessing. I'm so thankful, man, to come out here. I'm so thankful the Most High brought me out here, man. It's so easy. It's simple. Life is simple, man. When you live in an industrial city, an industrial country, they make life more complicated, right? Like the example with the dam, right? They made the dam to create energy. Well, why did they need all this energy? Because they got everything running off energy now. They got TVs, they got phones, they got electrical buildings, big old skyscrapers, they got stadiums. All this stuff got to run off electricity. So now you got to stop the natural running water that the Most High gave for the lands, for you to grow your crops, for you to take a bath in, for drinking, all this stuff. Now they cutting it off because they got something else they got to fund that they done made a way of life now, right? Life is supposed to be simple, man. It ain't supposed to be all complicated. It ain't supposed to be monetized. You're not supposed to monetize nature, monetize food, man. This is what we live in, man. You live in Babylon, that's what you live in. You live in a monetized society where everything costs. It costs so much to live. Then they overprice it. And they lie to you. You know, you gotta come out of here, man. Right?
For many that are first shall be last. And the last shall be first.
And we on the bottom, man. We gonna be on the top. Those that are on the top gonna be on the bottom, man. Right? This is what it is, man. Right? So, man, I'm just bringing out these things, man, and show you how you're going to endure. Okay, you can't be bringing nobody with you. You can't bringing nothing with you. Have faith, have works, be pilgrims in the earth, endure. Right? Keep the commandments and the faith in your shot. It's like you keep the commandments and the faith in your shot, right? You got Psalms?
We're going to go to the book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 12.
Yeah.
What man is he that desireth life and loveth many days that he may see good?
Who wants to live life? Everybody want to live life, eternal life, right? And they want to see the good days, man. Right? A lot of us been going through a lot of tribulation and trouble. We want to see good days. We just want peace, right? Come on.
Keep thy tongue from evil and thy lips from speaking guile.
There's one thing. What do I do? Well, we're reading it. Okay, you want to have eternal, you want to have long life. Don't be speaking evil, backbiting, right? Slandering your neighbor, your brother. Don't do this stuff. Come on.
Depart from evil.
Separate from evil. If that's your mother, your brother, right? Your land, your house, the nation, the country you're in. You got to separate from that. Come on.
And do good.
And do good.
Seek peace and pursue it.
Seek peace, man. Don't seek, man, to be reveling, arguing, fussing, fighting, right? Look for peace in all situations. Come on.
The eyes of the Most High are upon the righteous.
Most High watching you. Come on.
And his ears are open unto their cry.
You want the Most High to hear your prayer, right? If you follow the law, he gonna hear you. Come on.
The face of the Most High is against them that doeth evil.
So you got the Most High as your muscle, right? You ain't gotta make war and fight and pull back forward with your enemy. Those that do evil, the Most High gonna do that. Come on.
To cut off the remembrance of them from the earth, the righteous cry, and the Most High heareth.
So the Most High heareth the righteous when you keep the commandments. Come on.
And delivereth them out of all their troubles.
Say that again.
And delivereth them out of all their troubles.
So all the troubles, all the tribulations about to come. If you're keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, and you're living righteous, and you got the faith in your shine, he's going to deliver you out of it. Right? He's going to deliver you. He's going to save you. Come on.
The Most High is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart.
If you're humble, he's nigh unto you. Come on.
And saveth such as be of a contrite spirit.
Contrite meaning that you confess and you acknowledge when you do something wrong and you want to be reconciled. Right? You know, like, man, I ain't doing nothing wrong. I haven't sinned. Nah, bro. Okay, you see, you read the law, you read the truth. You know what? I need to repent from that. He said he's not to them people. Come on. Many
are the afflictions of the righteous.
Read it again.
Many are the afflictions of the righteous.
When you live righteously, man, afflictions come because you got to get tried. You got to get tested. You got to get your faith built up. You got to get your faith where you believe him the way he wants you to believe on him. So he let afflictions come, let trials come. Right? Come on.
But the Most High delivereth him out of them all.
But he going to deliver you out of all of them. We got to go through this stuff, y'all. Right? As you see, we got the template to show we're going to win. It's going to be okay if we endure. Come on.
He keepeth all his bones. Not one of them is broken.
Come on.
Evil shall slay the wicked.
Evil's going to be victorious. Evil's going to slay the wicked.
And they that hate the righteous shall be desolate.
So everyone that's going against us, they're eventually going to get destroyed. Right? Because evil's going to make them be destroyed because they're walking evilly. Right? And the Most High is looking at those that are evil like, dang, I'm getting them, bro. They touching on my apple of my eye. They touching on my people, right? So what their works are doing is going to bring the destruction on them. You don't got to do nothing. Come on.
The Most High redeemeth the soul of his servants,
right?
And none of them that trust in him shall be desolate.
None of them that trust in the Most High are going to be desolate, right? Giving you the template. This is what you got to do, right? All praise your name, high. Let's close it out with one more precept. Bless your name, higher. Water for the king, Yeshai. All right.
This is in the book of St. Matthew, chapter 24, verse 13.
Understand, y'all. This things we read to you, they're going to happen. You can't pray them away. You can't, run from these things. You have to deal with them head up, right? And in the times that we've been in captivity, we're supposed to be building up our faith to do this stuff. To where when it comes now, it's, we kind of comfortable. We can do it. I'm used to trials, I'm used to tribulation. But if you ain't been able to deal, if you had a problem with your brother and you couldn't go to him, because that's trauma. I don't want to deal with that, man. You are really hindering yourself from being able to deal faithfully in certain trials and tribulations. Everything's not going to always be peaches. And you're going to see this world's going to be so overwhelmingly with wrath and famine and sword that you're going to have some faith built up. If you don't have it, you're going to give in, man, to the temptation of the world. All right? Come on.
This is St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 13.
Right.
But he that shall endure until the end.
If you endure all these perils, all this destruction, all this coming on the earth, come on.
The same shall be saved.
That's how you're saved, man. Nobody's saved right now. You're not saved today. You got to endure to the end, man. Right. So I just want to give y'all, man, this word, revelation, of all these dark speeches in the scripture and exhortation that you can make it, right? But you got to make a choice. Okay. And nobody or nothing can hinder you from giving your all to the Most High, man. You got to serve with your whole heart, all your might, all your strength, right? You're in Babylon, aka America, come out of her, right? You ain't got to, like I said, I'm not tripping if you don't come over here, but you got to get out of there. I pray you can get over here, but there's no option for you to see a Mashiach glorious return in that country. It's not an option because that country will be destroyed before Mashiach gets back, man.
Utterly.
From coast to coast, right? So I pray y'all, man, y'all take heed to these words and promises, man, that y'all seek the Most High, man. The brethren out here, man, they call it fast, man. For let's see, third day, fourth day, and fifth day. All right, call it fast, man. All right. If it be the will of the Most High, man, fast, man. Ask the Most High, man. If this is not enough revelation for you, ask the Most High, man, to give you revelation. Ask him to show you what's good. All right. I pray, man, y'all strength, man. I'm praying for y'all. Pray the Most High mercy on y'all. Open the door for y'all to come up out of there because the window's closing. They're starting to restrict travel. The health passport? They're pushing it now in Babylon, right? You don't need no passport to go down to Mexico, man. My brother was just down there last month. No passport, man, to leave. All right. You going down there to just, y'all know how I go, the tier 1 connection. Go down there and go chill and come back. Yeah, go down there and don't come back. All right. Keep going. Just keep going, man. Right. And put your faith in the Most High. Be like Abraham, man, and go, not knowing where you're going, but just go and know that the Most High is with you, right? You got anything on?
Yeah, just pray. I got the ears to hear, the eyes to see, and really take heed to these warnings.
Yes, indeed.
Understand, the prophets of the old did not come to tell people good messages.
Right.
I'm not giving us that title, but I'm letting you know this is something to truly adhere to. Time it can be forever with the Most High, but right here in this wicked world, this wickedness is coming to an end. So we have to endure, but we also have to follow his commandment. His commandment told us to deliver thyself. So if we don't deliver ourselves, we are living in sin.
Straight up. I appreciate, man, you brought out. You know what? Let's get that set, right? Look that up real quick. Jeremiah. Jeremiah 28. Let's lock in. 28 and 7. All the prophets, like I was saying, man, they wasn't bringing good news, man. They was giving warnings because Yashala was always cutting up, tripping. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears, and in the ears of all the people.
So take heed, hear this word, right? Come on.
The prophets that have been before me,
prophets of old,
and before thee of old, prophesy both against many countries.
Against many countries. This is another sign how you can know what a prophet is true or not. A prophet should never tell you, man, just take the medicine, man. Prophet should never tell you that because he's going to prophesy against countries. Come on.
And against great kingdoms.
And against great kingdoms.
Of war.
Of war.
And of evil. And of pestilence.
He's going to speak these things that are about to happen to these countries, man. It's a real prophesy. That's why they was always getting killed. And kings was getting mad, like, man, why you prophesying like that on me, man? I'm the king, man. Why are you telling me that, man? And I kill the prophet. So notice, man, these things we're warning, they're not different from anything scripturally that was going on with the other old prophets of old. They were giving you the warnings for you to take heed before. Most High always gives a warning before the judgment, man, right? Always, right? So I pray, man, y'all take heed these warnings, man, you know. Turn back to the Most High, repent, sin not, keep the faith in Mashiach Yeshua, keep all the works of the law that you know, add to your walk daily, and desire to walk in all the fruits of the war of God's power, right? Temperance, long-suffering, charity, meekness, gentleness, love, right?
Right here.
You gotta have it, man.
Gotta have it.
Right? And desire spiritual gifts, right? Spiritual gifts gotta help you, right? To do this work, to endure, right? Shalom, Yashala, all praise and glory to the Most High, Yeshua, and I pray the Most High, man, bless y'all. You know, y'all say a prayer for us, man. We all trying to do it, make it. You know, y'all be blessed, man. Yashala.
Yashala.